shit. Nothing got fucked up while I was gone. Satan's real, and he's here for me.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the classiest whatever. How the fuck are all of you? Gotta pull my chat up on the right monitor. Just got joined up. Glad I'm good. Glad I'm good. Yep. I'm gonna quit now. Yep. Just kidding. I missed you too much. I'm selfish. I'm just gonna be a mess today. Good morning. It was a long time. It felt very weird. It was like I replaced all of our interactions with just walking 10 miles a day instead. So, like, I wasn't that anxious, but damn, did I miss you. Holy shit. How the fuck? Oh, man. You just put us in a hype. Hello? Is that a hype train, ma'am? Sirs? Hello? Dudes. What the fuck? My chat is, I don't know what you've done, but there's a hype train. Thank you for whatever the fuck you did. Are there no alerts? There better be. I'll be pissed. Good fucking morning. Congrats on escaping London. Dude, I'm going to be honest with you, cut and run. I cried walking into the London airport. I cried when I landed in America at JFK. Like a bitch. Not like, ooh, sad. Like, why did I come back here? Like that kind of crying. Because y'all tell me all the time, London might be the Texas of Europe, but America is the Texas of the world. So you can't make anything seem worse. Heathrow. We went to Heathrow. Gatwick, for some reason, they have way more canceled flights than Heathrow did. I had a very ugly cry. It was weird. I was so thank you, Zoe. I love my sister. I miss her so much. My sister is my twin, man. She's like, I don't know what it is. Like, you guys see me at my purest form, but there's something unique when Sarah comes around. It's like pure to the nth. I don't know what happens, but it's so like, we always have a good time together. I don't know what it is. Like, you guys know I have a shit ton of siblings, and we're not close, but Sarah and I are close. I don't know why. We're 5 years apart in age. Like, we shouldn't theoretically be the closest of all the siblings. I have many siblings closer to me, but her and I just ended up besties. And like, man, hold on. I gotta move this fan. It's freezing my legs. Hold on. It's so cold on my chilly stems. Dude, Rod. Oh my God. You gifted 66 subs. Dude, you can't. I mean, that's a really good number. I was 15 minutes away. It breaks my heart. It breaks all of my hearts. It was so hard to willingly come back to the country where squirrels in New York City officially have more rights than women, human women, and trans women and men and otherwise. So, yeah, coming back here was hard. I'm just going to say that. I cried. Like, I burst. I was chill in the plane reading my book, and then we landed, and I was like, just, it sucks. I know it's really hard to identify with if you don't have my parts, or if you're not a trans person or otherwise. I say otherwise because there's a lot of subgroups who are extremely being villainized and attacked. You guys know. I don't need to tell you. But damn. Anime, welcome back. I don't have coffee today. I have tea because I'm literally out of coffee, but cheers. Thank you for the hype train. If you don't know what a hype train is, you give me subs and money and you get emotes from Twitch. That's it. You don't have to participate. It's just a thing. But thank you to those who gift subs. You keep the channel alive, and I appreciate you. I fucking missed you guys. Thank you for the gifted subs. Rod just gifted a sub to LZT, and I think more happened, but it's going so fast I can't. ADTR chick resubbed for 9 months.
That's a baby, and I'm gonna feast on that bitch. Thank you for the resub, lover.
Anybody I didn't say hi to or hello or good morning, good fucking morning. I'm out of practice. Good morning, David. How are you? I missed you, Robo. I missed you guys. Like, it's not like I had my sister, thankfully, and my sister is of our ilk, where we can have that like nauseatingly icky dark humor together, and neither of us are like, oh, are you actually gonna kill yourself? You know what I mean? I'm sure you have to relate. Like, I have a very dark inside. And there are things I say that I cannot say in certain audience, certain like, you know, audience, what's the word? Company, because they will legitimately be like, "Oh, are you actually putting a gun in your mouth?" Whereas my sister will be like, "Share the gun." But we're not actually, you know what I mean? You know what I mean. It's relieving. So I had her, but like I missed you. I do. I actually have a bowl. I got another bong because that tiny bong was just not. I can't. I can't with that tiny egg bong. I can't do it. Can't do it. So I went and got myself a little beaker neck. It's Lizzie. Guys, I got to hang out with Lizzie. Can I just tell you something? Let's take a hit and then we can get emotional about how I got to meet Lizzie after knowing her for almost 8 years via Twitch and never having been embraced by that bitch. Not once. Almost 8 years. Have you ever known someone that long and so strongly known you needed to hug them and they're in another country? And I, the first day we landed, let's take a hit. It's wait. Well, you think it's small, Brittany? Look at this. That's the egg. So these were the same price, by the way. It just gives a better hit. The tiny ones burn me. I'm a pussy. Gin infused cucumber, bitch, with that 25 months. What the fuck? Wish you'd popped over to Northern Ireland. Dude, Ireland is going to be, Northern and Southern, is going to be, or the Republic of, or whatever the fuck y'all do. I know there's like, the religious tension. I don't know what it is anymore. But I've never been there. I've never been to Scotland, and I've never been to Ireland, the island, period, ever. Which is crazy, because I'm like a lot of Irish. My Nana was fresh off the boat. Maybe that's why I'm like inundated. I've been my whole life just like, you're Irish. And I'm like, but we're in America. You're Irish. Kind of shit. I've never gone. That has to be a trip in itself. Like, I got to go to like Ireland and just do that. I feel like you can't just do, I don't know, man. There's too much to see, especially for a dumb American. Oh my God, Witch and Resistance, my love. How are you? I talked about you on my trip. I think Lizzie and I talked about how much we love you. Is that weird? Oh, you got some Mac? Ooh, I actually got new weed too. I just really I got to hang out with Anubis and I got to hang out with Lizzie while I was in London. 2 people I have known for so fucking long. And like, known. Like, you guys know what that means. On Twitch, like, we know each other. Like, we talk, we get real personal. I've known these people and felt very close to them for so many years. And to have that, like, I got to run up to both of them and give them a big fucking hug. I got to spend days with both of them. Like, that was just soul healing shit. I can't even, it was like, going to a con. It was similar, like on a much smaller scale, obviously. But that's why I go to cons, because I want to see you guys. I want to get a fucking hug. Like, I love you and you're my friends and I know you guys and you know me more than anybody else in the whole world. And just being able to fucking hug was just... I cannot tell you what it's worth. I can't even. Hey there.
Hey there, stranger.
Hi, glad I missed you. How are you, love? Thank you for the resub. Ghetto. Well, we were outside 24/7. I thought the same thing. I was looking at pictures from when we first got there and left. I did get tan in London, but honestly, we were outside 24/7 every single day. Like, we would wake up, we slept in every day because it's my fucking vacation, but we would get up, go outside, and then we were just outside all day, so I'm guaranteed I got some sun. But it is kind of interesting that I got tan in London. Last time I went to London, I got sunburned. That was the last time I got sunburned. You should go to Twat of the top of Scotland. You should go to the Twat of the top of Scotland. You can take a ferry from Iverness. Oh, I would love to. I mean, honestly, I'm an ignorant cunt. Let me tell you. Let's take a hit, and then I'll show you my weed. But let me tell you the story about my first trip to the British Isles and my fucking never-ending ignorance to the world. This is why travel is important. You can have every goddamn misconception known to man about it anywhere. You have no idea what it is until you go. None. You can watch every travel show. You can watch Anthony Bourdain 50 times over. You do not know until you go. It's impossible. Cheers. I don't know what's in this bowl right now, but we'll figure it out. Oh my god, LZT. I forgot to wish. Oh my god, we have to congratulate LZT. This cheers is going to my friend Lima Zulu Tango, who just got accepted into a very prestigious archaeology program in Sweden. Fucking A, dude. Like, that's really exciting. And I have something cool to show you that I think you'll like to look at if you like archaeology stuff, because I'm a super nerd. Cheers to that shit, because that's fucking awesome. My bag is still MIA. Yep. Actually, funny you should ask. I'm literally wearing what I wore on the plane home. I washed it and put it back on because I don't have any fucking clothes. Give me my clothes, Delta. Motherfuckers. Lizzie, I don't even want to talk about it. I literally, that was the very first thing I told Zach when we got home. I was like, so Sarah and I, of course, like blew up. We were telling him the whole trip and everything. And I was like, I have to tell you. So Lizzie, where Lizzie lives in England, they are famous for their black swans. They have prolific, wonderful families of black swans in their city, and that's usually the only place they are in England, which is really cool. And when Lizzie came to visit my sister and I, she gifted us these beautiful black marble black swans. I mean, they're like this. They're a fucking paperweight. Let me tell you, you could kill someone with one. And I wrapped it in. I like literally put it in every pair of socks that I didn't wear. Like it was double socksing over it. And it's in that bag that is not with me. And I will fucking murder. Not only that, my iPad, my $1,300 key fob to my Jeep I bought with my asshole, and every single piece of clothes I own. Because I don't have a lot of clothes. And I still don't have my fucking bag. It's a little mind-blowing, really. This is the thing, my dudes. So if you didn't see my tweets, Delta lost all of our luggage. I never check a bag. I just have to say, this is the first time. Literally, the only reason I did it is that Heathrow is a fuck story. It's COVID, and it's a fuck story. So the lines were astronomical, and my sister, she checked a bag coming over. She has some huge, like, hard suitcase she has to check. So we had to wait in this fucking check bag line anyways, and I was really tired of carrying around my duffel bag on my shoulder at this point. So I was like, fuck it, I'm checking my bag. Look, let's just go. Then we can just fly through the airport to our flight. We literally were getting skipped lines by the concierge, whatever the people are that work there, because the lines were so bad we were going to miss our fucking flight. I never check my bag because this is what happens. Never. I don't pack enough to check my bag. Like, I like to say I'm a pro traveler. I say that like every time anyone asks me, do you have this? I'm a pro traveler. Stop asking me questions. I travel a lot. I'm probably not a pro, but I'm good at it. I know how to travel light. I don't bring enough shit to check, but I did it out of laziness. And this is what the fuck I get. But the caveat, they lost not just my bag, not just my sister's, they lost 180 bags. How? Oh, let me toss the sugar on top. So our flight was 3 hours delayed. We were one of those nightmare flights. We like boarded and then drove into a line of planes and sat on the tarmac for 3 hours. And they told us it was because we were delayed because they were loading our bags. Why? That being said, we did get upgraded to Executive Plus or whatever. It's like the sniff below first class. We didn't get beds to lay in, but if you saw my tweet, you saw the foot of leg room I had, which almost soothed me. Almost. Except that was before we realized our bags were lost. But that, I mean, y'all rich fuckers, you live nice. Let me tell you. You live real nice. Do not take that for granted. Because what the fuck? It was, I mean, Rod, once inevitably the fuck in front of me reclined a seat, I was ruined. Like, I had no leg room immediately. But had that bitch not reclined her seat, I would have had a foot. I would have been able to cross my legs. I could have crossed my legs in my plane seat. And a lot of you are like, Katie, that's not anything to be excited about. I'm 6 feet tall and 90% legs. That is something to cheers about. Let me tell you. Legroom doesn't exist in the world of me. Broken kneecaps and bruises from planes exist in the world of me. I wear like borderline no clothes when I go on planes so I can origami fold myself up somehow to like sleep on my own knee because I don't fit. That was incredible. But I looked at it and the flights are literally double the price to have legroom. It's insane. Exit seats, if I can, exit seats are everything. Absolutely. I've learned exit seats are great. And if you can't get an exit seat, the row directly behind the emergency exit row is the best row because the emergency exit row does not have the ability to recline seats. They can't. Because their seats have to be able to be torn out so people can pile up against that broken exit door and die. You know? I've learned it's second best. Dude, right? Dread Pirate, I feel you so hard. Like, I've broken into tears before because the chick in front of me was passed out with her seat reclined and my kneecap had dislocated and I couldn't move my leg. It was horrible. People don't, I mean, if you're short, like, you just don't get it. I mean, and it's fine. I'm not judging you, but please think about people with legs. Because ow. You know what I'm saying? Like, big ow. I'm 6 foot, at least a foot taller than my mom. We're the same height sitting. Oh my God. Well, I do have kind of a tall torso. I'm not the same height as my mom sitting. I wish I was that extreme. My legs. So I measured myself one time because I was like, I get so disheartened with trying to buy clothes for my body sometimes. Like, this is why I don't have any clothes. Like, I have exactly 7 days worth of clothes that I wash a lot. It's kind of sad. Don't worry about it. Because it's really, like, I've cried more in dressing rooms than anywhere in the world. Like, anywhere. Funerals, school, dressing rooms. Just because you're just like, why? Why is the world not, like, why is it so hard to find anything just to cover my nipples and ass at the same time? Simultaneously. Like, this shouldn't be so tumultuous of an experience. And then it's just, yeah. So anyways, I measured myself because I was literally trying so hard. I was like, there has to be somewhere that can buy me clothes or that I can find clothes online or something. And I took a measuring tape and I measured from my ass, the top of my ass crack, because this is what online said to do, because that's apparently where your legs start theoretically, from the top of your ass crack to your heels, and then from your ass crack to your shoulders. And from my ass crack to my heels is exactly double my ass crack to my shoulders. So I'm not like super extreme, but I got a lot of legs. But I'm still really tall. Like I don't fit in most cars. You know, it's like a clown car situation or the gangster. You know, you're like, oh, I'm gonna drive mom's car today. Okay. You know. But I think that's most people. I've never seen anyone comfortably like sit in those cars or climb into them. 2 exit rows, and yeah, they're good, but they can't have hand baggage under the seat. True, but I'm a pro traveler. I'm just going to say that because seriously, like, traveling, man. COVID has really destroyed traveling, which is pretty heartbreaking. After our bags got lost, we decided to treat ourselves to some skincare. We had a little layover in JFK, so we went to a Kiehl's store and got some skincare stuff, and we gave ourselves facials on the next flight, not sperm ones. And I was talking to the lady there that worked at Kiehl's, and she was saying that the day before, an entire full flight of humans were paid per person, not per family, $10,000 apiece to delay their flight 24 hours to Minnesota. $10,000 per person for them to say, yeah, I'll wait 24 hours to fly to Minnesota. Because they don't have any fucking pilots. Like, every flight we were on 4 flights total. We had 1 layover each. They had the bare minimum staff possible, like literally skeleton staff just to run a plane. 1 pilot, 3 stewardesses, stewarders. I don't know the gender neutral term for that. Stewards? I don't know. That was it. They did phenomenal. Like, I wouldn't have even been able to tell. I mean, I'm not one that's like needing drinks every 15 minutes from the little cart, so I'm cool, but they did phenomenal. It was fine. But it's pretty crazy. Considering travel's the one thing I do spend money on. I love to travel. So pre-COVID, I traveled constantly. And this is my first trip since the pandemic, literally since the pandemic dropped. And it's phenomenally destroyed. It's very heartbreaking. What would I do for 10K? I would definitely not go to Minnesota for 10K. I would have taken that in a heartbeat. Same. I mean, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? Lotto winners. That's what I was saying. But that's basically what it's come down to. And the lady was telling me it's because, you know, when the pandemic started, all the pilots would show up to work, all the stewardesses would show up to work, but then they wouldn't be protected. You know, they're not getting paid until those doors are shut. We've all found out. And they're, you know, when they're paid basically minimum wage to duct tape violent, strong adult men to seats who want to put thongs on their faces. I would quit too. That's not worth it. I quit being a respiratory therapist because it wasn't worth it in a COVID time, my dudes. Like, the bitches who have lasted, like, they're harder than I am. I don't get it. It's crazy. It's heartbreaking, though. Like, me too, Mickey, exactly. It's understaffing. And honestly, like, it doesn't feel different. Would you agree? Like, even when they were staffed, it was still a fuck story and super busy. Like, they'd still only have one person at the counter to check bags if you need to check a bag. Like, it doesn't feel phenomenally worse at all. It's just the same. It's just they're a little bit more panicky. Yeah. But it's sad. It makes me really sad. The staffing situation was not as bad before they successfully got rid of the mask mandate. Really? Oh, really? Well, I would be pissed. They're not being protected at all. And they're literally exposed. I mean, can you think of any profession where you're exposed to more of a variety of humans? Maybe a truck stop worker? But no. Because they're so international. Like, they're literally being firsthand coughed on and exposed to every corner of the earth. I'd be pissed. Teachers, literally teachers might be it, because kids are just, like, a kid is an adult times 50 billion of bacteria. They're sticky. We know these things. Kids are filth. I love them, but they're filth. They're little petri dishes. Maybe that's it. Yeah. Red, a hooker? Oh, man. Well, they don't get it. I mean, if you think about the time it takes for a steward or stewardess to, like, give drinks to one row, and then multiply that times every row in the plane versus, like, the time it takes to, like, suck a dick, I feel like the stewardess is exposed to more people. But I mean, sex workers in general are absolutely exposed to a lot of shit. Oh my God, Vimes. What an experience. This last week, like, it's literally, oh my God, they're in my fucking suitcase. God damn it. Join me for our daily scream. I saved the paper from every day I was in London. Because, yeah, I'm old and I read the newspapers. Sue me. So I grabbed one every day I was in London. And you couldn't even avoid the American news in London. Like, I opened it first day, and what was it? Oh, it was the 4th of July massacre and a little boy wandering around the crowd looking for mommy and daddy who were shot down and killed. Now he's an orphan forever. And the next page is like, Boris refuses to step down after entire Tory cabinet tells him to and quits. And I'm like, nothing's good anywhere. You know? It's all, like, it's kind of fucked. Canada, but you are our hat. You're kind of guilty by association. You're connected, you know? Your government's definitely doing better. If Zeke isn't awake, you'd be surprised. He can sleep through a lot. The steward is exposed to just as many dicks. Well, I'm saying. You think people are washing their hands in there? Security can be hell now. If you're traveling anytime in the near future, do not check a bag. Period. Don't check a bag 3 hours early to the airport minimum. And no layovers under an hour. You will not make your next flight. I guarantee it. Every flight, when we had a layover and when we landed at our destination, we would land on the tarmac and inevitably sit for an hour on the tarmac, waiting just to get just for someone to show up at the gate to like stick the dick into our plane to get us off. Inevitably. Yeah.
$419.5. CK, I dreamed I saw Odd on a riverbank stroking his micro-penis in his thick bush of pubes. He walked over to me with a handful of pubic hair in the shape of a painter's brush. As he stroked my face with the pube brush, he asked, "Puss, puss. You woo?" I answered, "You woo."
Okay. All I can think is, like, what kind of amazing textures would a pube paintbrush make, though? And I kind of want that now, but I don't have pubes. Shit. That could potentially be kind of cool. Zoe, how dare you? Now I have to steal someone's pubes to make a paintbrush. Zeke definitely... Well, Zeke has pubes now. If you guys haven't been watching Zeke stream, which I'm sure you have, and if you haven't, you should. He's very entertaining. He is doing a charity with Scott and his family, and they've already reached the threshold to shave their heads bald. They tried to get me to do it, but I literally just got my hair to the point where I can put it in a ponytail, and as much as I would love to try out bald, I just got it here. And they're like, "Oh, Katie, you want to shave your head bald?" What? Fuck yourself? I'm sorry, who? So I'll do something else. I'll come up with it. I'm going to do the hot wings challenge or something with them. It's going to be horrible. Don't worry. I'll piss blood. But if they reach the next goal, has he told you guys, have they talked about this on stream yet? I don't want to spoil anything. Has he talked about what he's going to do for the next goal yet? Eyebrow. Well, I don't have much eyebrows though. Like my eyebrows, I don't pluck my eyebrows. This is no plucking for like the last 20 years of my life because I destroyed them as a child. I don't have any eyebrow hairs. Maybe this hair. My hair's curly. If I like let it air dry, I might be able to do that. You can be a bald lady and still be classy. Dude, if I was at my pixie cut stage, I'd go bald in a second. It's because I've been purposely trying to grow my hair out because it's summer. I want to be able to put it in a ponytail and get it off my neck. If y'all have long hair and live in a hot weather, you know exactly what I'm saying. Hair on your neck is 10 degrees hotter. Your body just instantly is like, "Oh, swelter? Okay." It's not a fun experience. So that's what it was just, why did they choose that? Of course they did. People need to be more original than shaving their head bald. For fuck's sake. Can we come up with something new? I'll shave my ass bald. Is it the 20K one? I just don't want to ruin it. He glues the beard. Okay, he has talked about it. Ooh, also, okay, Mickey has this is good travel advice. Travel advice is important. If any of you are traveling, I will never lie to you. I will tell you exactly the way it is. I won't exaggerate, but it's important to be safe. To finish out the advice for air travel now, get a mask, and if you can buy Fast Track. Oh, Fast Track is amazing. So one thing I learned is every country calls it something different, which is horrifying. It's like clear, fast pass, fast track, pre-check, premium. It's very confusing. Like your ticket will say one of these words, but what you can do is you can go online. It's like a government website, and you can literally pay like $80, and for the next 10 years or 5 years or something like that. It's a pretty long time. I think it's 5 to 10 years. I don't know. It's ish. You basically get to skip everybody in TSA line. You don't have to take your shoes off. You don't have to take anything out of your bag. You stick it in, you walk through, you done. It feels like you're famous or cheating, but holy shit, is it worth every moment. And all you need is a clear, like a clean track record. Have you tried to smuggle heroin? You probably won't be able to get TSA pre-check. But if you've never, tried to smuggle heroin, you're probably okay. Sister, we're talking about travel, what's the word? What was it? Tips. I was telling people about pre-check. Sister, I miss you. How are you? Also, if you're disabled in any way, shape, or form, you absolutely get to load first. Like, if you have any problems walking down the plane, like if you have any problems walking at all, if you have any mobility issues, any issues whatsoever, if you have an issue with getting your bag into the overhead bin, you can load first. Go tell those people. Take advantage of this shit. That's the exact reason. Oh, dude. So here's the thing, Crispy. When I worked at fucking Hopkins, I worked with a girl who got an undercut, and it looked so cool. But the moment she wanted to grow it out, for 6 months, it just grew straight out the back of her neck. And she would wear her long blonde hair up in a ponytail, and it was like it was the definition of a backwards mullet. It was horrible. She couldn't even like clip it. Because when your hair is so short, it just goes straight out. I would probably jump off something high up if I had to deal with that. I'm very low maintenance in the morning. I don't want to deal with this. I'm a wash and wear. Like this isn't, I don't do effort in this. I don't want to. I got enough going on. Pre-check is everything. It's so worth it. In other countries, you need to buy it for every airport, but do it. No shit. I mean, I think it's worth it no matter what. My sister had it too. I flew upper class in May. It is a different world. Oh my God, I got drunk. I'm not even kidding you. Did not get drunk in London one day. Had a couple delicious beverages, but I didn't get drunk. The plane from London to JFK, we got upgraded mystically to executive plus or whatever. I don't know. The sniff below first class. We didn't get beds, but we got real nice seats. And they just kept bringing us these little cans of wine, like British European wine that is organic with no sulfates and doesn't give Katie migraines. And so I just kept on drinking it. It was great. Y'all rich people really live it up there, huh? I got pre-checked basically as a bribe to the TSA to not grope me because of the junk scanners. I honestly, Maribun, even as a non-trans person, I don't like being groped up, although I have a really fun story about that if you would like it. About my Nana. Oh my God. It's one of the best moments. I'm pretty sure Sarah was there. I don't remember, man. Cake. Technically, Cake resubbed. I just saw that. I was looking for it. I knew I heard a resub while I was talking. Cake, you silly fuck.
Thank you for the resub, lover. I missed you. How are you?
Premium, dude. It was that was that what our seats were, Sarah? They were amazing. I tweeted the legroom we had. Nameless, how are you, love? Cheers, bitch. Tiny wines in my wine makes me happy. It was precious. My sister took pictures of them. The can was like this big. It was pretty cute. Growing my hair out after shaving my head was a struggle. I feel like that ugly stage lasted so long. Yes. I'm kind of at that right now. My hair's kind of a mullet. It's not a good time. But it's so close to being able to get in a full ponytail. I'm living with it. I'm just going to go with it because it's too hot. The day we got home, we got into the airport around like 11:30 at night, and Zach picked us up at like midnight. So by the time we got outside, it was midnight and it was 98 degrees. It's too hot. I don't like that. If I was actually there, this story, oh my God, Sarah, it's so good. Okay, I have to tell you this story. Maribun, you're going to fucking love it. So, speaking of being molested by TSA, which I don't think they want to do it either. We all know it's like a false sense of security at this point. Oh, I passed the fuck out. My sister and I, we came in at like midnight, and Sarah had to fly out again at like 4 a.m. But you guys know it. Early in the morning and late at night, you know, that precious 5-hour time zone in the middle, nothing's open and they don't let you check in or anything. Even if you don't have a bag to check in, because our bags were fucking lost, they don't let you do shit. So she came home with us for like 2 hours. I think we ordered Denny's and like sat in bed and we're like, just passed the fuck out. And I didn't wake up. I think I slept for almost 12 hours straight. Because the travel day was so fucking long. I mean, it was the longest Saturday ever because we were just like, we were going back in time, you know? So we kept just chasing Saturday forever. We started our day and ended it in the same day, and it should not have been in the same day. You know what I'm saying? It was very confusing. But it was good. It was a nice sleep. It was Heathrow, yeah. Still a fuck story. Steel Rays, you silly fuck. Thank you for resubbing the class, keeping the class alive, giving it any swings.
That's a lot of months. Thank you. I missed you. How are you?
So, Nana story. So, my Nana, she was in her late 80s by this point, but basically she was what's called, on the West Coast, they call them snowbirds. I've never heard the term on East Coast. East Coast, it's just rich white people move to Florida. On the West Coast, rich white old people tend to have a special house in the South where they go half the year, and then another house in the North where they go the other half of the year, where the South super sucks. Like right now, where it's 99 degrees at midnight. And so my Nana lived in Seattle half the year, and then she had a house in Arizona, which is why we grew up in Vegas half the time. And so when she was older, we would take turns. Like either my mom would go down with her and like, you know, escort her to her home in Arizona, and then we'd fly back. Or it'd be me, or it'd be my sister, or sometimes it was all three of us. But anyways, my Nana was pretty decrepit at this point, and we had to wheelchair her through the airport because she could not. I mean, the airport's pretty fucking hefty for anyone. It's exhausting to get across airports, for fuck's sake. So we would wheelchair her across. And when you're in a wheelchair, they'll ask you, like, are you able to stand and walk through the TSA scanners? And if you're not, we have to have a TSA agent search you. Not full cavity. They don't fucking finger your asshole or anything, but they get pretty far up in there. And my little old Nana, she's like 5 foot nothing. Like, she's plump, she was fluffy. And she's just sitting there like in her little, those fake denim pants with the stretchy waistband, her little shirt with her little gold pin, coiffed hair looking all cute. And this like 6'3" beautiful black woman walks up and is like, snap, snap with gloves. And what they do is basically they go around and they feel the edges of all your clothing for some reason. I don't know. Apparently that's where we're hiding bombs and knives, is in seams of old ladies' clothing. And so they're like feeling around all of her seams, and then they feel around her waistband. She like puts her hand down my Nana's waistband, and my Nana, this might be loud, protect your ears, in the middle of the Vegas airport with my mother and I and maybe Sarah, I don't know. Georgie, they're raping me! Georgie! Oh my, Georgie, they're raping me! I think she was probably 87, 88. It was one of the most beautiful moments I've gotten to experience in my entire life. She knew exactly what she was doing, by the way. My Nana was in no way crazy. She was doing this on purpose. She was pissed she had to get fucking searched. She didn't give a shit. I just love her. Yes, Cake, face cream does count as liquids, and anything that is not a fucking rock solid substance, like at room temperature, has to be under 4 ounces.
Bitch! They're raping me! Hi, Katie. How are you, lover? Thank you for the resub. I miss you.
Also, Cake, so when you, this is what I did. I'm going to show you these. I don't have all of them because the ones I used are in my fucking bag. But I put them over here somewhere. Hold on. I went on Amazon and I got these like silicone travel container things, that you can like put your lotions in and put your hair stuff in and whatever. And every single one of them is under 4 ounces. Like it says it on them. They have like big printed letters like this is 2 ounces. And that's what I use when I travel. So then I'm not like packing all my giant stuff. And the pro to doing what I did is that even though my bag has been lost forever, potentially, I still have all my skincare and makeup products here because I didn't take the originals. Like, and to some people that might not make sense, but I spent a lot of money on skincare. Like I have really nice skincare products. That would be thousands of dollars gone that I could improve. I would vomit and die. I would just drown myself on my own vomit. So that's a nice pro that I didn't even do that on purpose, but it worked. Let me show you the little containers though. They're cool. Where did she put them? I was feeding my spooters, so I moved a lot of shit around, but I had them here. I'll grab one on my break. They also have an amazing texture. It's really fun to play with, kind of like a weird sex toy. What did I do with them? They're probably right in front of me. That's the annoying part. I'll show you my weed while I think about it. But yeah, if you go on Amazon, just look up travel accessories. They'll be little kits. And that's what I was going to say. So anything you bring on the plane that you're going to carry on, you can check liquids of any size, by the way. They are probably going to bust in your bag and soak all your clothes because those people are not paid enough to carefully load your luggage. They don't give a fuck. Hi, Ty. How are you, love? Yeah, I have a lot of spoods behind me. I kind of try to cover them up with art because I know a lot of you are afraid of spiders. So you want to put... I have one of these things. Anything that is not a solid, like I'm talking like Carmex, if it is a thing that is not a pure solid at room temperature, it has to be in a see-through plasticky bag. And like, if you don't have pre-check, you got to take it out and put it on the line. If you have pre-check, you get to leave it in your bag, but it has to be in this. And if it's not, they will pull you out of line and make you go do it. Sarah and I watched so many people in the TSA line sit and unload their entire bag of luggage because they did not know this. I mean, it was comical. We were seriously like busting up. It was fucking funny. But also, I felt bad. But yeah, put it in a clear bag. Everything needs to be clear so they can just see it. Otherwise, they're going to tear it apart. Zippy bags. Anytime I bring a full bottle, it goes inside a zip bag, the kind with the actual plastic nubbin. Yes. Yep. Ziploc bags with the little, what are those? What is that thing? The nubbin. I know exactly what you're talking about. But they're the only ones that actually, like, stay. I love you, Ty. Ew, work meetings. Let's cheers to Ty. Meetings, that's probably the number one thing I am so happy to not have to experience anymore as an adult is meetings. They can be an email. You're just a neurotic fool that wants people to listen to you speak, and we're not listening. I'm 34, and I've gone through 9 years of college and all the pre-college school. Like, I am so skilled at looking like I'm listening and not listening. Stop it. You know this. Stop it. You have broke my workflow. You have interrupted my day. My productivity is going to go down at least 30%. For what? An echo chamber? Fuck it. No. No. Oh, cut and run. I smuggled a lot. They don't give a fuck. I had both my vape pens. I didn't bring high THC anything. Like, the 2 vape pens I brought 2 little cartridges in them that have like 1% THC but a lot of CBD. I literally brought one for me and my sister so we could sleep. But there was a chance those could get taken away. They did have THC in them. Oh shit, did I miss one? Oh, thank you, Lizzie. Oh, backup tape. Mine is currently on a plane to Denver. Oh my god. But is it really? Aren't, like, some explosives solids and not liquids? Yeah. I think most explosives are solids. I think it's like everything that TSA is a false sense of security, for lack of a better term. It just gives us this, oh, they care, but it's... You know, I was going to bring edibles, but I didn't fucking have any at my house. I totally was, and I just didn't have any. But I've smuggled edibles a million times. I won't tell you to. It's really not worth being on a no-fly list the rest of your life. But these are the specifics of it. Airports in America, in the United States of America, airports are privately owned. So if you are in a legal, recreationally legal state, and you go into the airport with a bag of, you know, an eighth or a bag of gummies and go through TSA, they don't care. It's legal here. Those are not the agents that you're worried about. It's where you're landing. And they don't really care. Like, whenever you see a dog, you know, cops with the dog walking around an airport, those are bomb dogs. None of them are drug dogs. There might once in a while be a cocaine dog or a heroin dog, but none of them, they're bomb dogs. That's all they're doing. Because there's no point. If that airport is privately owned in a state where it's recreationally legal, why are you wasting money sniffing out pot for another state? You all know America. We don't care about anybody else. Like, why would we do that? So, take that and do with that what you will. I have flown with edibles and vapes many a time. I have never risked flying with herb because it stinks. Very obviously stinks. I already know I smell like pot 24/7, and I like to travel. I don't want to be on a no-fly list. There's nothing I'm winning by getting away with it. You know, like, I'm not a kingpin. I'm not going to sell. I can find weed anywhere. Weed finds me. I have blue hair and I'm 6 feet tall. I think there is a January 6th thing today. Yes. Which means it should. Oh God, we're not gonna be late, right? No, it should start at 11 if they're usual times. It began 2 hours ago. Shut the fuck up. It was early today. God damn it. Can we play it from the beginning and start it late? I wonder. Oh, it's at 1 p.m. EST? Oh. Well, let me look, because that's, I don't know now. Let's look. January. I also have a really, really crack addictive game, Lizzie and anyone who loves Hades, that I would love to play with you today if we have time. Oh my God. I picked it up on the Steam sale, and I'm a little sorry I did, because I can't think about anything else. Hearing schedule. Mickey, we all know how reliable news is, don't we? We do. Let's see. Oh, here it is. How to watch. That's CBS. I want the C-SPAN. C-SPAN's always like the most reliable, like in terms of just quality of it, I feel like. At 12:45 EST, perfect. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I like to know because then I can schedule us taking a break and getting the ads out of the way and shit like that, you know? Just give me the link. It's like how to watch. I know how to open my eyes and click a link. I think I got it. Just give me the fucking link. That's a Twitter link. We don't want Twitter video. Suck my ass. Shit, did I find it? Maybe. Maybe. I need a burp. Solid explosives looks very distinctive on an X-ray machine. Source, TSA agent for 3 years. Oh, nice. There you go. Boom. No pun intended with the boom. That was just a poorly timed boom joke, and I apologize. I got the link for the PBS NewsHour one. I don't think the PBS NewsHour one will be bad, but if anyone finds the link for the C-SPAN one, that's what we've been watching so far. I mean, it keeps us kind of, you know, concurrent or whatever. Ooh, I found it. Just kidding. I just found it on my own. She scrolled. She did it. Ooh, there's just people. There's just people. Do you want to watch a people? I can talk. My dudes. I spoke the whole time I was there. My sister and I talk a lot. It's crazy that my voice has decided to stop working. Ooh, cool space stuff. Is that even a question? I love cool space stuff. Okay, sorry. I will share that with you guys in a minute. That's cool. Jesus. I get my cake Friday. Oh my God, I forgot. You told me it was right before I left. You had like 3 weeks. Oh, I'm so excited for you. And I selfishly really hope you guys get to see ponies. Because I want to see a pony. Dude, check out this. What? Hostess announces Twink Coin Snack Cakes. June 22nd, 2022. Hostess announces Twink Coin Snack Cakes. In a decision that makes you wonder if there was one single queer person in the room during the branding meeting, Hostess has announced? Wow, Katie has announced, Jesus fuck, Twink Coin Snack Cakes. This is real? I mean, I'm assuming. The limited edition product, quote, is a play on the current cryptocurrency frenzy and features coin-shaped cakes, end quote. Or, as most people would call them, cake-shaped cakes. It's a vanilla ding-dong. Without the chocolate. Like, it's literally like the ding-dong's sad cousin, twice removed. But as a fan of the gays, I'm into the twink. That's fucking hilarious. I hope that goes on shelves and no one does anything about it. That makes me so happy. I will start posting on my TikTok if I can get a box of twink coin. I promise. That is my vow to you today. You are here, you hear it. Vanilla Ding Dong was Rod's middle name in high school. Nickname, not middle name, Katie. I can read. Also, ironic as this probably has been in a few months in production, and now it's coming out as the blockchain is having a huge crash. I've heard about that steal. It's kind of scary. I know a couple people who invested in it, and I was like, okay, I wouldn't. Shy, I can't. I mean, I don't know. They're supposed to be available at Walmart, but not online. I'll go to a Walmart, and I haven't been to one of those in a long time. Katie, they found water on an exoplanet? No shit, like water, or ice. Either way, what the fuck? Ugh. So this is the space. This is what I was reading that my mouth dropped. NASA's Webb reveals cosmic cliffs, glittering landscape of star birth. Have you ever heard a more beautiful word cacophony than star birth? That, I mean, That doesn't. Which one is the actual bar? There it is. Jesus Christ. Dark mode fucks me up. It's fine. That's phenomenally beautiful. I'm flabbergasted. I mean, that's. I mean, not that art isn't real, but this is not a digitally created photograph. You can get some cheap PSU and GPUs on eBay now. So the crypto cash is great, not only because it's bad for the crypto bros. Is it really? Is it like bad? You mean for like the ones that are the heads of the fucking pyramid scheme, David? The evils? I was literally gonna say I'm gonna save this and make this my background. Look at that. That's what I can't stop looking at. That like those. It's like a sandstorm. It does. It looks like art. It's hard to believe that someone didn't create this. I mean, you know what I mean. On an iPad. It's so. Space blows my mind all the time. It never fails to blow my mind. It's just amazing. Yeah, these are the new ones, Monster. This is the article we're reading. That is small. This landscape of mountains and valleys speckled with glittering stars is actually the edge of a nearby young star-forming region called NGC 3324 in the Carina. Carina is the little V in your bronchial tubes. Carina would be fun. The Carina Nebula. I'm going to go with that because I like that word. It's respiratory. Captured in infrared light by NASA's new James Webb Space Telescope. This image reveals for the first time previously invisible areas of star birth. The fuck? I mean, Mary Bun, arguably, isn't that what our brain does? Evil always win. Nothing has changed in that respect. I mean, I hate that I can't disagree with that. But it's beautiful nonetheless. I mean, theoretically, that's what our brain does. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I am not a physicist. I took the intro series because I had to, and I survived it, obviously. It wasn't a good time. I blacked out a lot. Good morning, Helltar. How are you, lover? A field of orchids? Yes, I do. Hold on, there was one. The wording is just so beautiful. Katie, I knocked over that lidless jar of chili powder by the back door. Welcome back. That's totally cool. It's how I keep the dogs from digging. Seriously. If you guys have a dog that digs or like gets obsessed with a corner of your couch and wants to chew it off, sprinkle it with cayenne pepper or chili pepper. They will never touch it again. So what I'm saying is I have lots of it. Don't worry. But thank you so much for installing the air conditioning. Let me tell you, it's been a fucking dream. Good morning, Tony. How are you, love? K-Food Soup Show? Oh my god, is it about Korean food? Oh, you got electrocuted? Oh my god, are you okay? Should I care? So planets are technically star after birth. Oh my god, that's technically we are. We might be the poo that flies out or the placental. Safi, one of the people I didn't get to see, and I'm so sad, but it's totally okay. It will happen. Literally, Sarah and I, the day we came back, we were already pricing out flights to go back to London. It's a problem. I love you. I missed you. Dude, London was hot. We went to that the Pearl Jam concert, which apparently was the first day, official day of the horrible heat wave hitting a lot of Europe right now. Oh, it's totally, I know. Like, I totally get it. My sister was like, are they busy? I'm like, well, Safi's like in school and working full time as a paramedic. So you could say that's busy. That's mildly complicated. The bacteria grown on the poo, thanks. I'd be cool with that. Bacteria at least is sentient. Some kind of. Denver, well, Lizzie, that's the cool thing about Denver is it's a huge hub for the mail and for military flights, which are always prioritized. So getting in and out of Denver is usually a little bit cheaper than anywhere else and relatively easier to find a flight. That's like the one nice thing about living in Denver. And we're like in the middle of the country-ish, so I can get to either coast for relatively the same price. Going to Europe is way more expensive than it was living on the East Coast, but you know, you make your trades. I'm finally moved into the new place. I still have lots of unboxing to do. Oh my god, do you love it? Do you feel at home? Do you feel like yes, this is it. I'll read this real quick and then I want to click I didn't click fucking Mickey's link like an idiot. The blistering ultraviolet radiation from the young stars is sculpting the nebula's wall by slowly eroding it away. Dramatic pillars tower above the glowing wall of gas, resisting this radiation. The steam that appears to rise from the celestial quote-unquote mountains is actually hot ionized gas and hot dust streaming away from the nebula due to the relentless radiation. It's beautifully written. Is it just me? The author of this is wondrous. But yeah, y'all should I'll post this in chat again. I think there's more pictures. Back to the gallery. Maybe that's it. I probably clicked one of them. Is it these? Yes. Oh my fucking what? Oh, let me click. Hold up. I want. Stop. That's so pretty. Hold on. I gotta make it bigger. That's what she said. How would you leave that place, though? Ever. Get some food and coffee. If anybody's looking to take a break before the thing, it's in about 30 minutes. Yeah? 45 minutes. So the insurrection hearing numero 7, I believe, is in 45 minutes-ish. Okay, here's the TLDR. I installed the first condenser, turned off the breaker for the second. You turned it back on. I didn't check. Electrocuted. I've never touched our breaker box before, but that doesn't mean it didn't happen. So I won't deny it. But I'm not. Electricity and me, I'm a Pisces, man. You should not sprinkle water on wires. Like, get me the fuck out of there. My dad was a plumber. That's where I go, when shit goes wrong, I go, babe, 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 the power. That's my breaker box. Can you smell sound now? Are you okay, though? Did you burn yourself, or are you really okay? Robo, do it. Get some coffee. Yep, 47 minutes. Thank you, Tony. I've got the link up. We've had it up on... Let's look at the space stuff, but I have it up on here. I've got the C-SPAN link. It's just like a cameraman going between a bunch of old white people talking. Thus far. Not that entertaining. Oh, Scott, I think I remember what happened. I don't know what Zach did or if he even did anything, but the breaker for the kitchen flipped, and the sensor for my mini split is on a different breaker than the actual mini split. So my sensor got turned off via something that happened, and my mini split just stopped doing anything. It was just like blowing hot air because it didn't have a sensor. And so Zach opened the breaker box, but I don't know. I know that happened though. I don't know. I do plumbing. I can plumb. I can plume. My arm was tingly for a day. Ooh, and then sore the next and fine. Was it, so when you got shocked, was it, I hate getting electrocuted. It's giving me like literal gross feelings. Was it similar to like touching an electric fence, or like how much stronger did it feel? Just curious, but also so grossed out. Heltar, thank you so much for gifting a sub to Odious, you sneaky fuck, and Taco Existential for fucking resubbing.
Cheers, homies. I love you.
I'm cheersing a little bit less today because if you didn't know, I took a tea break. I did not smoke marijuana while I was in the UK. I had my little vape with like 1% THC, and I had about like a dime's worth of crumblies that I was like adding to spliffs just to survive public. But my tolerance is non-existent right now, and I don't want to get so high I don't breathe anymore. So I am taking it mellow. I have not touched a bong or a pipe or any of that in like since the second. So we taking it slow. It was like a buzz, a deep buzz. Oh, I know. Mickey, my sister said the same thing, and get this, it was a Protestant church. There's a fucking fruit fly on my camera. It was a Protestant church. Cuz I mean, this is what's sick. We walk in cuz it's the oldest church in England. It still had a lot of burnt walls from the big fire, and they had a couple, I mean, again, this is probably not impressive to a lot of you because you're not American, but to an American, very exciting. they had a couple sword stands that I had read about previously that were from like 645 AD and shit, which to an American is like, and I bumped into it. That's how much Europeans don't care about it. It's just on a table where an ass can touch it. I didn't do anything bad, don't worry. I just like sniffed it and was like, oh my God, you can touch it. And the priest laughed. They were there. It was crazy. But it was Protestant church, but I walk in and it like brushing your teeth in the morning. My hand went out looking for a pool to fucking cross my sinner self. And my sister looked at me and goes, this is a Protestant church. And I was like, what the fuck do you do in this one? She goes, I don't know, but you're not burning. And then we realized what shirt I've worn for the day, which, believe it or not, did not do on purpose at all. I didn't plan a church day. Just happens to be a shirt I own. So I walked through the church with my little backpack purse hugged against my chest like this. And we just, because I appreciate the art and the history. I think it's beautiful. It's part of culture. So we were walking through it and I was just like hiding my fucking gagged nun shirt. Yeah, great, Katie. Good planning. Good planning. And we found some beautiful windows and I was like, Sarah, quick. And I put the backpack down and was like, take a picture. Okay, let's go. It was a good time. I did lose an hour that day mentally, apparently. No shit. Oh, wait, I wanted to read these amps. It was 30 amps. Meet oat. Oh my God, I love oat. Stop it. I have to be honest, oat kind of looks like baby tortilla. Like torta. Like a torta. Oat looks like a torta, but I like oat. Do we hail oat? I like oats better than, I'm a big oat fan. Yeah, I didn't burn, but I did reach out to fucking cross myself. Recovering Catholic, I'm telling you. Ruined. Odious, no shit. And I've done it before. Because when I go to I went to the Vatican, went to Italy, and like looked at all the amazing churches and whatever. And they have a little pool, and I've literally dipped my fingers and then like. It's fucking you cannot stop yourself. It's like brushing your teeth. You get up, you go take a piss, and before you leave the bathroom, you brush your fucking teeth. You don't even think about it. I'm broken inside. I haven't been to a mass in over 10 years. I cannot remember the last time I went to one. We used to go to midnight mass with my Nana on Christmas. That was like the thing. No one's gonna bother you over the shirt. Even if they're like, it's not even that they're gonna bother me. I don't aim to offend anyone over their personal beliefs, as long as they're not out to go after me for mine. You know what I mean? And I try to be sensitive to. Not saying any of you aren't. I try to be sensitive to like the general public is a very vast audience of personal viewpoints and growths and where they grew up and how they grew up and stuff like that. And seeing a nun like with a ball gag in their mouth on a very tall person that's hard to avoid with blue hair in the middle of a church might make them feel like I'm there to like make a crime, do a hate, and I'm so not. Like, I don't want to even give the impression that that's what I'm there for. Like, I'm there to see the really historic shit. So I try not. Like, I still am going to wear those shirts wherever I go. But if it's a day where I'm going to go visit the Vatican, I'm probably not going to wear my gagged nun shirt just because I'm not there to hurt feelings. It's kind of like the same reason why I put a sign over my spiders, because how 90% of us aren't afraid of spiders. That 10% I'm not here to scare. I know. I'm a nice person. Sometimes. I try. A euro's $1? Shut up. Whoa. That's insane. Stop it. Rod gifted a sub. Hold on. Hello, penis, my love. How are Rod gifted a sub to penis?
You silly fuck. Thank you for that generosity. Penis. Consensuality. Go forth. Take care of your kidneys, bitch. I love you. Thank you. 69.
Yeah, everything's in my bag that's lost. I do have your rad gift. It's in the bag that Delta lost. Isn't that great? Have I also mentioned that I never check a bag? I know I sound like a broken record. I can't stand that the one time I get lazy and check a bag. It's gone forever. But they lost 180 bags. Like, how even? You could do mass if you were in a church, right? The words just come back. It's so weird. Oh, I can do it right now. Yeah, it's disgusting. The incense. Have you ever walked by a church in mass and you smell the incense coming out the door? Oh yeah, I'm 10 years old. I've got a dress on my mom picked that I hate, and it's fluffy, and it's Latin. It's weird. It's so weird. It's kind of like the Pledge of Allegiance or any of that weird shit you were like drilled with when you were a little kid, and you don't ever think about if you don't like. I don't have kids. I'm not around schools. So I haven't heard the Pledge of Allegiance since I was in high school, but I could probably fucking recite it, which is weird. It might be because the USA. Oh, what is that? Which one is that, Bina? Hold on. I'm flag ignorant. What flag is that? It won't. What is that? What country is that? Anubis! Anubis. We were literally just talking about how Scott's gift is in the bag Delta lost, along with 179 other suitcases. And I'm upset about it. And we're looking at cool space pictures. I miss you. How are you? Scott, I took tests. I took COVID tests. I'm clear. I don't know what it is. I think I'm a superhero, or like Jesus just loves me more than most people. I don't know. It's crazy. Also, I wear a mask, sanitize, and wash my hands. What a weird thing. Hygiene. Pfft. Nah, dude. I'm a clean bitch. It's crazy. Wait. I was at a restaurant on vacation, and the DJ there started a set with the fucking Pledge of Allegiance. What? Though? I don't like that. Why would you do that? Hold on, we have dog tags. Stop autoplay. No. I hate every ounce of that. Oh, Anubis, I am so not shitting you. I wrapped it insanely well because I was not going to check my bag. But when we got to Heathrow, the lines were insane, and my sister has to check her bag. It was huge. So by the time we got through all those lines, my duffel bag was literally like tearing a line into my shoulder. I was like, I'm done. I'm checking it. I'm just throwing it. Like, I don't care. We had to make our flight. We were about to miss our fucking flight. And they lost 180 bags. And we sat on the tarmac for 3 hours, and they told us it was because they were loading our bags that they didn't. So not only did Delta lose our bags, they're just fucking liars. Out at dinner last night, made a complaint to the manager that the salad seemed rather dry. I normally don't like complaining, but I feel like this dry salad needed a dressing. I hate you. That was beautiful. You got me that on again, you bastards. Yeah, fuck. Oh, airports are a super mess. Sales. Hi, lover. How are you, by the way? We have talked about it before. Either my family has super jeans or just doing the bare minimum, like a mask and hand washing, was more than enough, which was still too much for other shitheads. Word, Scott. Maybe we're related. I don't know. My mom, sister, dad, no, none of them have gotten COVID. None of my brothers. My sister, Joshua, is a nurse, still hasn't gotten COVID. And I'm not a psycho. I'm not like chugging vitamins. I do not eat salad often. Like, I try to get some fruit in my diet. But I do wash my hands regularly and wear a mask in highly crowded places. It's not extraneous, but it has kept us I mean, it's crazy. When we got there, we took a test because the plane flights are obviously a fuck story. And when we left, I took a test, and I'm still clean. And I'm just thinking, like, I'm a superhero or something. I feel horrible for people that keep getting it. You don't deserve it, and I don't know why it's happening. So many people vaxxed and boosted are getting it, not dying, but getting it and getting sick. They're removing the beekeeper suits for cardiac arrest now, even though it's AGP. What? Wait, what? Safi, how do you feel about that personally? Do we need another group scream? We've had one today, but I feel like it's a good group scream day. Theory, no shit. How are you feeling? Are you okay? I hope you're okay. Overdroid, android. Yep. Dyslexia is strong with Katie today. I hope you're doing better, Honeybean. That is not fair. It's just not fair. I mean, I don't think I don't believe in God. I like to make the joke because Tom Segura says it and it's funny. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I especially flying. Like, that, or like my sister and I were talking about it. So not only did I work in hospitals for quite some time, so I probably have some sort of immune system a little bit, special. it does. Your immune system definitely doesn't stay amazing forever. But some things, if you're exposed to strange things, you might get a little special immunities, whatever. But when we were younger, my mom is also a respiratory therapist, and she would come home from work in her scrubs and just like plop on the couch with all the kids and snuggle us in her scrubs that she wore all day at work. She'd cook us dinner in her scrubs, go out to dinner, like, and was a child, like, we never thought a thing of it. These are the days they used to smoke in the ICU, like there were ashtrays in the counters, you know what I'm saying? And that probably gave us some pretty intense immunities as children. Oh my God. So what we did when I got home was I stood in the yard and I crouched down on all fours, like in a football, like fucking hike position to like stabilize myself. And then Zach opened the door and just let them bulldoze me, which they did. They were kind of like, you would think that they would just bulldoze me over and lick my face, but they honestly like had no control of their facilities. They were just like, oh my God, just the biggest fucking bugged out eyes. Like they thought I was dead or something. It was pretty hilarious. I think it might be time for our break, huh? Probably a good time to take a break right before the thingy. What time is it? Hold on, Bill. What time is it, baby girl? Yeah. Should we take a break, guys? Looks like my dogs need it. Melody. Oh. Thank you. Then we have dog tax and we have more space we can look at. If anyone needs Mass Effect Legendary, it's free for Prime users. Mass Effect Legendary is free for Prime users. And if you haven't played Mass Effect, what have you been doing? What a fucking beautiful game. We've got Trick down here too. I have two poodles. Those of you who know. But if you're new to my channel or just hanging by, I do have two, but one's my precious Void that's very hard to see. And the other is the demon, Lilith. The independent lady, huh? I'm my girl. I love them. I missed them. It's real weird when you're around dogs all the time and then you go to having no dogs. In the NHS, you have to arrive in regular clothes, put on fresh scrubs, work, and then bag up used scrubs and change into regular clothes to go home. That's how it is now. Here. 100%. I mean, so I guess it depends on where you work. I've seen it various ways. So, like, in small hospitals or, like, children's hospitals, I've seen a lot of nurses who have, like, those fucking scrubs that have, like, teddy bears or, like, I don't know. They're cool. They have, like, cartoon characters and stuff on them. I've never got to do that because, and similar to, I'm sure, Safi, if you're part of the critical care, i.e. the code team, you're usually color-coded to a very specific color of scrubs that the hospital provides. So, like, for us, there was no point in taking scrubs home and washing them because you could just strip at the hospital and shove them into a vending machine, not even kidding you, and the vending machine would spit out a brand new pair in the exact same size that was super clean. So there was, like, no point. But I don't know if the floor, people that aren't, I guess, are exposed to the horrific stuff, I don't know. I really don't know the reasoning. But I've seen people who come to work in, like, their neon blue Dansko clogs and Dansko, is that what it is? The clogs, the nurse clogs, the ones. And they're super cool fucking scrubs that have, like, SpongeBob Christmas print on them. And I'm just like, I was happy mine didn't have a stain of some sort today. What the fuck why are you so special? But I don't know. But back in the day, I mean, the stories my mom tells me, she walked me into actually that part of the hospital where there's literal ashtrays in the nurses' unit countertops. It still exists. They use it for like educational purposes now. But she told me, she's like, you would be in the room 2 feet across the hall with a patient on a ventilator and the doc would be outside smoking at the nurses' station because they believed that was okay. That shit freaks me out. Those stories are wild. When I'm in hospitals, I'm wearing scrubs, which are provided, but on ambulance, I have my own set of work clothes, which I have to wash after every unit. Do you strip, like, I did that when I worked burn unit. I can't remember the name. There's Hopkins, and then they have oh my God, I just totally blanked on it. There's a mini hospital that's like a side unit that's a burn unit, and I used to do side gigs there, and I had to have my own scrubs, but they were still Hopkins monogrammed. I had to order them special. It was stupid. But I'd literally strip in my backyard. Fruit fly. I would strip in my backyard. I would not take any of that in my house. Because even if I hadn't personally done anything that night with a patient that I thought was, like, communicable, think about what's on your shoes. I mean, not Safi, but just the rest of you. Like, think about what was on my shoes. just stomping the various halls of a hospital all night long. And then going into the house and, like, God forbid, one of my dogs licked my shoe. Is it starting already? Shut the fuck up. Do I hear it? Bitch. It's not time and you started. You fuck. Wrong screen.
Own campaign advisors, his Department of Justice,
All right,
and his
I'm gonna
cybersecurity
put this on and put the
experts
speaker on
all
because I
told
gotta
him
go
the same
pee.
thing. Here, for example, is White House lawyer Eric Hirschman. His view was shared by many of the Trump team whom we interviewed.
That's true, Sav. That's true.
I never saw any evidence whatsoever to sustain those allegations.
And third, as Mike Pence's staff started to get a sense for what Donald Trump had planned for January 6th, they called the campaign experts to give them a briefing on election fraud and all the other election claims. On January 2nd, the general counsel of the Trump campaign, Matthew Morgan, this is the campaign's chief lawyer, summarized what the campaign had concluded weeks earlier, that none of the arguments about fraud or anything else could actually change the outcome of the election.
Generally discussed on that topic was whether the fraud, maladministration, abuse, or irregularities, if aggregated and read most favorably to the campaign, would that be outcome?
Is this a replay? This is a fucking replay. Where's the live one? Go fuck yourself. This is the
Presenting
third.
his state's
I don't want the third. We were on the live one, I swear to fuck. I swear to fuck we were on the live one. What happened? Was it canceled?
There are a lot of places.
You know what? That was super loud and I apologize. Why? Oh, I think I found. Oh, it did. Because I didn't press notify me. You know what? You can suck my ass. I don't want another goddamn alert in my life. Notify me. No, it did it because I never pressed the little this thing. I'll show you. Not that screen. Jesus Christ, Katie. This one. I didn't press this little like notify me right here. It had a little timer, and after 30 minutes went by, it just started auto playing my YouTube list, which was the past hearing. So don't do that. No, it's not canceled. I just apparently to stay here, you have to press notify me. Maybe I don't know. Me too. Like I have enough notifications in my life. Our life is all notifications. The only reason I like the ones on my stream is I get to make them mine. I get to customize them. They're my choice. Yeah, motherfuckers. All right. Let's take a break before this all goes down. Go pee, get some coffee, a drink, a snack, a notepad. I'll probably be back early so I can show you guys my weed haul. I got some fun new stuff because I had enough points to get $150 off my weed, which is always a good day. Drakey Queen! Bitch, thank you for resetting the class, keeping the class 11, giving it in swings, homie. How are you, lover? We were literally just about to take a pre-hearing break. I don't know. And I'll tweet that we're going to watch it because I didn't even know it was today until right before I went live, so I didn't say anything. And I know a lot of people like to watch with us. You're hereby notified that you're awesome by proximity, bitch. We do. We have the space pictures and dog tax. I have all of it up. I saved them. I'm not lost in it yet. Yet is a big word. All right. Do all the things. Stand up. Take your fucking, you know what?
Did you take your joy today? Never forget to take your joy.
Them. I was trying to show them to Zach and my fucking phone died. They are. Oh. Bitch.
That's a 29-month resub. Holy dicks. Thank you for resubbing the class, keeping the class alive and good. Fucking anus swings. Bitch, I appreciate you. Let us cheers. Let me pull up this thing real quick so we don't miss it. 13 minutes. We're good. Hail Satan. Wow.
Hi, Bubblicious. How are you, love? Let me plug this shit in. Hold up. all of my charge cords are in my suitcase, so I'm using my Switch charger, which charges my phone extremely slowly for some reason. So I've been surviving off, oh my god, the ring. Oh god. I've been surviving off, Steam on my poor phone. Bless your heart. Do you want to into that tower right there? Bless you. Everything's fine. He's bringing a charger for my poor phone. I don't know why the Switch charger is so bad. Huh? It's right. It's plugged in. I was just saying it just charges. I don't know why though. Thank you. What a nice guy. It's
Proprietary chargers.
Hey, it works for it works if it's faster than that thing. I mean, I can leave it in that Switch charger for an hour and it only gets like 30%. I don't get it.
I knocked half an hour off.
Thank you. I do have a folding phone. It's quite nice. What up, Drew? How are you, lover? I'm sorry you got any hate towards the way you choose to love people and those around you on Twitter. I saw some of the posts you were making, and I had horrible reception, like most places in London, so I couldn't do anything. But I wanted to say that that's some absolute fucking bullshit. Like, it's not our problem you're jealous that our love expands further than your close-minded bitch fuck. One asshole, it doesn't matter. 1, 10, doesn't matter. Hate is hate, and it's not. You don't deserve it, let alone anybody. Fuck that shit. It makes me mad. Love is love. And I can't stand people that try to put limits on that shit. It's just like, I pity them, honestly. I very much pity them. So much pity. Hello, Shireen. How are you, love? Oh my god, Alti. Isn't that really good music, though? So this is actually, like, I hate to say it, it's a real band. It's a band called The Midnight. I'll throw the link in chat before we look at dog tax. They're called The Midnight, and they're amazing. I love them. They have many albums, and they have straight up very publicly said you can listen to our music without penalty. No one's going to come after you. We own it. Please listen to it. So I sprinkle it into stream here and there. I try not to listen to it all the time because I don't want to get sick of it, but it's kind of dope to have a, like, you know, not just fucking nonsensical lo-fi in the background 24/7. You know what I mean? And I like to have background music, even if it's really low. It just keeps my brain awake. Hold on, my chat. I was trying to scroll up. Okay, so we got that. We got that. I don't need that link anymore. We have space. We have 2 more space. And even if you don't care about space, you should. Space is pretty fucking cool. And we have Twink Coin. Stop it. We already looked at Twink Coin. No. Where did I put dog tax? Put it on this screen. Katie, where is it? Nah. I knew I did it. Favorite medium to paint in and to just enjoy. Watercolor's alive. You probably... Oh my god. Is this the owls again? Stop it. Wait, is it the same videos of the... Stop it. Oh, is that what it says? This is my job. The fact that I get to do this as a job. A baby burrowing owl is returned to the burrow. He seems to be doing conservation activities while taking pictures of wild animals. Oh, I love that. That's what it seems like. It seems like maybe he rescued some babies and was letting them go again, which is awesome. Dude, fuck yes. Thank you. Yes. We artists got to stand together and help each other out. You know what I'm saying? You know what's up. It's important. I pimp out my friends constantly. I find way more joy in trying to sell my friends like they are my hookers than I would of my own product in any way, shape, or form. But we got to stick together, man. It's a hard life. It's hard knock life for us. For real. For real. It's a real thing, though. You know, I know, we all know. We're big art people. I was like, I used to do creative all the time when it was creative. This is my weed. I got new weed, guys. All right, I think it's about to start. All right, cool. Your art's beautiful. I'm keeping it up. It is really beautiful. I wouldn't just say that, trust me. I can't lie. And Do you think Trump watches these and just feels awesome and super famous? Or do you think he watches them and like just like seethes amidst having a heart attack and eating fried chicken or something? I feel like he rages. Me too. Dude, Robo, I kind of feel the same. I feel like he's just like a rage monster. Yeah. Because there's nothing. I mean, his daughters put him under. It's just, damn. He throws kitchenware. Shut up. Seriously. No shit. I think he watches and thinks it's all bullshit because he has his own version of events in his head. What's his reaction to that thought? Because I mean, I can't picture him thinking or what happens there. He hate watches. I don't think he watches them at all. He depends on his lackeys to fix everything for him. I mean, sometimes I wonder, like, if they just lie to him tell him it's at a different time and they splice it up and edit it so it's not as bad. But, like, every moment of it's bad. He throws his well-done steak covered in ketchup at a wall. That made me get mouth sweats like I'm going to vomit. Why would you do that to me, cunt? Pretty sure he watches while masturbating with fried chicken in his mouth. I mean, here's the thing. Like, masturbation with chicken, whatever, that could be hot. But the fact that he's just, like, sitting there, like, flicking his mushroom cap and his little gray bush of sadness with the grease, that's the part that really gets me. I used to work at a fast food place that was up against a fried chicken restaurant, and the smell of their dumpster is something that still permeates my brain to this day. I was in high school when that happened. Hi, Mayo. How are you, lover? It's a slight on a narcissist. He's losing his shit right now. That's what I'm thinking. Like, but some narcissists, it's like any attention is good attention. They don't. So I wonder, he's kind of one of those famous crazies. He might take this as like a reality show or so. I don't know. I hope he gives himself a heart attack or an aneurysm. You know what? I don't wish violence or death or ill will on anybody ever except really him. He's just done so much bad and evil. And like I said earlier, that's like insulting to evil. But I don't know a better word for it. It's just, I think it's time for him to check out. Whatever way that is, it's not going to be me. I'm not saying I'm going to go out and do anything. I'm not saying you guys should do anything. I'm saying natural causes like maybe someone doesn't remind him to take his bucket of meds every day, one day. Maybe the next insurrection day. And then it's just like nature takes its fucking course, is all I'm saying. But what a waste of air. Still feels dark saying that. What a waste of fucking air. There's nothing. It's just. I got nothing. Trump and Putin choking to death on each other's mushroom caps. Like trying to deep throat each other so hard that it gets stuck behind their uvula and they just die that way. I'm into it. Brandon, great idea. Thank you, CJ, for resubbing at that exact moment. I'm sorry it was gross and visual. Thank you for resubbing for so fucking long. I love you. How are you? Never apologize. Thank you for being awesome. A lightning strike, like maybe he, swings super high like a child and it's just or something. Yeah, like nature, remove the warning labels. Is all I'm saying. Because what a fucking evil human. Again, I feel bad. For evil. Not for Trump at all. Too easy. Deserves to lose everything and spend the rest of his life in prison. Glut, I kind of agree. Like, we always say, like, we wish death, like, fucking whatever. Those people don't deserve to live. But death is so quick and easy. I completely agree. Like, I want him fucking the peak of miserable for the rest of his short-lived life from the looks of things. Just from a medical standpoint. You can't live that long with that much visceral nonsense going around your heart. Yeah, I don't know what that is. And I'm not saying it's like pain or misery. Like, what if he gets off on pain? I don't know. Look at him. Probably. Who knows? But if it's like wearing a pink fluffy bunny suit from A Christmas Story in a mildly warm room playing the song from It's a Small World eternally, I don't know, with no mirrors, no spray tan, no hairspray, no servants. I don't know. Yeah, I agree. Death is too quick. I've been there for a lot of deaths, and it's pretty peaceful at a certain point for a lot of people. I want him to feel the pain and horrible, like just the emotional turmoil we've all the collective, emotional turmoil he's put us all through. That's a lot. I don't know what to do. Put him on minimum wage in Brooklyn. Word. Amen. Sleeping in a box in Times Square. And by a box, I mean a piece of cardboard. It's piss. It's pissy. It's just piss. He sleeps under piss. Yeah, 100%. Where he's seen, but not seen. You know what I mean? Like, you probably pass a lot of homeless people and don't even realize they're there. Seen, but that, I think, whatever kills a narcissist, emotionally, like, the amount of people that I can't with that. I agree, though. Death is too easy, too quick. With all apologies to my spelling mistakes, but as a person from a former USSR country who's gone on depth for history. Oh, man. Meldon, you survived. I'm glad you survived. The ultimate Trump punishment would be impoverished and strike his name from every record. I mean, it's like removing his fame or infamy of any kind. My enlightened side saying, I hope that a lot of people have a reckoning and feel pretty stupid and humbled and eventually find their ways to becoming better people. I say the same. I really do. I pity most, like, we talked about this, I think after the very, very first insurrection hearing we watched. We had a really good talk about, like, as much as I feel a lot of hatred and evil, horrible, dark thoughts towards people that, stormed the capital of my country and killed people and stole things and put people in peril, mortal peril and danger and fear and whatever. All of the above, all of the things that happened that were terrible that day that we literally watched live on my channel. It was horrible. But when I step back, what it looks like to me is Trump weaponized his voter base by lying to them on the social media, and it makes me feel so much pity and not, like, I'm still angry, and it doesn't make what they did right or excusable in any way, shape, or form, but I too, like, I don't think that saying you're sorry, like, oh, I'm a dumb, that's why I did it, I repent, it doesn't mean you get away. I still believe in, like, what's the word? Not repercussions, because that implies, like, horrible, being accountable. You need to be held accountable for what you did. You're an adult. You make choices. You saw a tweet and took a murder weapon to the capital of our country. We don't need to go into the details of that scary. You know what I'm saying? But that's what it looked, and I feel like if you look at his voter base, I'm not saying uneducated people vote for Trump. Trump went after areas of our country who are predominantly have less education, I guess. I don't think going to college makes you smarter or have higher education. I'm just speaking in terms that the country uses when they look at things. But he went to the middle states, the states where people tend to, take a fucking farm, work in a mine. They don't need to go to college to make a really good living. So they don't, but we deem them uneducated. He went there, told those people, you're important to me. I'm going to pay attention to what you want. He got that voter base. If you go to West Virginia, I'd like you to log the areas of the state where you get cell phone reception for me. And then let's look at all the areas that don't. And think about the amount of the social media that they can even attempt to access, let alone what they're just, like, exposed to all the time. And when the president comes to your city and says, I'm going to make sure your minds stay open because I know your grandpappy's pappy worked here and it's the only job available because you didn't go to college because you didn't need to. And if I take this mine away, you're fucked. And they said, thank you. And that was it because they had no access to anything else. I feel so fucking bad for those people. Does it make going to the Capitol with guns right or excusable? In no way, shape, or form. Absolutely not. There still needs to be held accountable. You still need to be held accountable for the decisions you make. You're a fucking adult. But I feel really bad because it's just, I feel like myself included, we take for granted when we grow up in areas or just live in areas where we have like great cell phone service, access to computers at a local library or at home, your phone is a fucking computer, and you can go to every news, the social media, whatever. You can get a million different opinions in one place. You're not counting on the one time a year a president comes and promises to keep your mind open or whatever. It makes me feel really bad. I think it's fucked. I don't have an answer for it. But I do think who needs to really, really fucking be held accountable is motherfucking Trump and his little crony circle. All those names they listed off. The Matt Gates, Molesty, and so on and so forth. They are the fucking horrible, horrible humans that just used power in a very way. I don't know. What's worse than evil? Fucking just soulless? I don't know. All gross. Luna, I have on edibles, yes. Ooh, wait. Dead cow. Hold on. Officially offered the position. Oh, fuck yes. Oh my god, yes. Fuck yes. But you're still going to do delivery at nighttime? That's awesome, though. It's nice to have backup cash. Honestly. If you can do it and, like, maintain a healthy work-life balance, make sure you're not working yourself dumb just because you don't have anything better to do. Because you can find something better to do. Yeah, absolutely. That's really exciting. Hell yes. Not today. Spam calls start immediately. Yeah, fuck yeah. Which is crazy because I think the day, wasn't it like the day you were going to go apply or go to the interview or something, you were tested positive? I was so scared. That was such fucking horrible, stupid time. Ted Cruz is a waste of air as well. What a waste. Oh my god, Adam Scars redeemed 5,000 points to thank the mods. Viata Sales and Rodimus Prime, you're the tits. They really are, though. They're my party tits. They're the more buoyant, symmetrical one, because we all have one. Oh, that was the count room. Okay. Yep. This is the job of the cashier rec center. Oh, fuck yes. On the AFA. What does AFA stand for? I knew it. It's on the tip of my brain penis. Wouldn't it be fun to get a how do you say that word? Homotoffee nut job as a president? Let's drink our own piss and eat high meat. I don't want. It's like anybody that wants power. I think you should just be disqualified. Like it should be a trick question somewhere. Like, have you ever wanted to be president? And then they just get on a list. Like you don't get to be. I don't know, man. I don't know how else to do it though. Like, what do you do? Homeopathy. Wow. I should have put that together. Homeopathy. Yeah. Like grinding lavender to stop war or something. Feed the poor. Live on sunlight, my dude. Sunlight and oxygen. Yes. Oof. Brittany, of course. Thank you for being awesome. Thank you guys for hanging out today and coming and like catching up with me. We're not done streaming. I mean, I don't even know what time it is. I'm mildly jet lagged still, so I'm not like at the peak of my energy, but I'm getting a lot better. We do need to take a break though. We've been live for like 5 hours, which means we need to take a break and run a stupid ad to get it out of the fucking way. But I really want to show you guys this cool game I picked up on the Steam sale because it's super fun. 8 minutes till 4:20. I'm running. All right. I got a screen up. Let me find my music. I don't have it. Wait. DMCA. That's a Bo Burnham song that plays in my mind involuntarily all the fucking time. You should listen to Bo Burnham if you ever have spare time. He's pretty funny. He's definitely a dark humor, but if you like shit that goes on here, you'll probably be a fan. You know. Not a highly offendable creature, but also he manages to do multiple hours of stand-ups without ever knocking down on trans people or otherwise, which is pretty fucking amazing these days. Like, I can count those comedians on one hand at this point. It's depressing. Okay, I gotta find music. Hold on. I ain't gonna leave you in silence. It's rude. Isn't Bo Burnham amazing? My sister hadn't heard his new album, and she's 29. She turns 30 this year, and I was like, I'm calling you at midnight, and we're singing this goddamn song together, so you best learn that shit now. 100%. Let's do sometimes, so YouTube will start a video where I left it off, and I'll be like, no, let's go to the beginning. And I'll do that, and then I'll get up for break, and then it'll just pause and it'll just stop loading forever at the beginning. And I get scared that you're just going to be stuck in, is it going to do it? You best be loading. I don't see it loading. I'm going to just test it, because it does this to me all the time, and I hate it. Leave us alone with our thoughts in silence. As a viewer, I wouldn't stay. Okay, I think it's loading. All right. This is also the midnight. I'll throw the link in chat if you guys want it. They're great. And you can listen to them on a stream if you want to, or YouTube or whatever. Just give credit where credit's due, obviously. Shouldn't have to say that, but I will. Did you, Katie? They're great. Sales the fuck. Stop it. Yeah. Can we talk about the fact that owls' bodies are too heavy when they're babies, so they sleep like this? Yeah. I know. You're like, no, they don't, Katie. Yeah, no, they do. All of them. They fucking sleep face down on their stomachs like idiot. Look, stop it. Same, Crispy. This is my last. This is since COVID started. Oh my God, stop though. Cute. Oh. Oh. These are just like. Have you ever seen anything more relatable in your life? Owls are great. They're real dumb, I hear. Like in the bird world, you know. They're not the most intelligent, but damn, are they cute? I mean, stop it. Look, stop it. Eating me. That's me. Try to wake me up. All right, break. I'm sorry. I had to show. How you guys doing? I'm feeling like awake and shit. It's weird. Just kidding. I have allergies. If only I was that exciting or rich. Yeah, Trickly'd a real big turd. I knew I would miss it. I was like, oh, fuck. I cannot rush a dog shitting. Like, who can do that? Let us cheers posting. I hope you guys cheersed on time for me. I apologize. That was... I mean, what are you gonna do? Thank you, Nick. How are you doing? Is it almost 4:26? Fuck yeah, dude. Sometimes, like, we're on top of it, and it's incredible, and some days it just, you know what? We're high all day. You know, we do our best. If we make one, it's pretty impressive. We made Greenland's 420 today, actually. So that's something. My camera fell right before stream, so I wasn't a hundo if it was on point. It's a little... maybe, nope. Too much. Too severe. I got a hit. Cheers, lovers. Oh, to surviving that again. Vacation was wonderful for Emery. It was wonderful just to see friends from stream and get to hang out with my sister. Like, that was soul healing. Since COVID, I haven't gone anywhere. My sister's gotten to visit me twice. And it's just weird. She's like my soul sister. My real sister. She is my sister, but like, she's my one sibling I really bonded to, and I miss her a lot. So that was just wonderful to get to, like, just be lazy, you know? On some days, we just slept in really late because time differences. That was a struggle. But also, like, it's vacation, so I didn't want to torture myself too much. But it was fun. Ooh, Troph. So I got a bunch of new weed, actually. And the insurrection shit started, so... There's a fucking hair on my face. I did, like, a little poll. And chat voted for... Strawberries and Dream. Oh, Zoe.
Fohammer_419 tipped $5. CK, there's nothing better than cooling down in a hot tub of clam chowder after a long day before a giraffe and ferret furry lick you clean and then beating you down with massive bad dragon dildos before the fish and octopus orgy you woo.
Oh, no. I don't. The clam. You lost me at the chowder. The hot. Hot milk soup with fish in it, though. Thank you, Zoe. I love you, and ooh, yeah. Dude, that's so bright. Stop. Anyways, it's called Strawberries and Dream. It's a sativa, and it says it's 26.44%. I've been sticking. I've been trying. I used my tiny. Well, it is a new bong. I actually have one super similar that's green. The green, what's the word? The honeycomb is green on it, but the neck inside like got stuck and broke inside of it. So I haven't used it in forever because I don't want to accidentally inhale glass. Seems like a bad idea. And I mean, I would never have just outed him, but Zach broke my egg on it was total accident, freak accident, really. He was putting away dishes and a plastic lid fell off, so on and so forth. And the egg broke, and so he got me. He didn't know because he doesn't smoke weed or do drugs. He didn't know that there was different sizes of the egg. So he got me this little fuck, which was fucking hilariously cute. And I did smoke out of it a little bit, hence the dirtiness. But it is just so small, it really burns my throat. Like, I'm so used to having such a big bong. But the egg bong is like $160. It's not a cheap bong. And I kept it pretty safe for a long time. I was pretty proud. So I picked up this the other day. And it is. I know, the egg's really cute. If you're used to taking little baby hits, like, often, it's probably perfect for you. I usually take one big hit and then I leave it. You know? This one's just a little bit easier. Not a fan of the tilted bowl, but what are you going to do? Cheers. That's what you're going to do. By 1 point, what a beaver. Zoe just inhabited all of our minds with a hot tub full of clam chowder and bad dragon dildos and something else. The clam chowder's haunting me. Cheers. Yada, I mean, honestly, if I broke someone something, I would replace it as well. But he did it. I mean, this was a very adorable gesture. And to be honest, these were the same price. So he has effectively replaced it. Oh, yeah, let me show you. Let me hit this little bowl for the 426 I probably missed already, and then I'll show you my new strains. They had a bunch of new brands, I guess. I don't know what else to call them, brands at my dispensary. And they were on sale because of some holiday. I don't know. Holidays don't matter anymore. I don't know what's happening. But they were on sale, so I picked them up. I'll show you. Kelty, you sneaky hoe. What was on me? Why did no one tell me? I mean, honestly, we were just astounded at your level of unconsciousness. You are hard to wake. It's impressive, though, really. Just be proud of yourself. We were proud. Kelty, thank you for grifting a sub to Trophium. Trophium, you know what's up. Consensuality. Love you. Wrong mouse. Catherine. So theory, I actually almost got a Da Vinci. I wanted to get a vaporizer for when I go on car trips and stuff, just because traveling with a bong is a recipe for breaking a bong, and I don't want to deal with broken glass and so on and so forth. And I did a shit ton of research, and most places suggested the Da Vinci like as the second. I ended up going with the Firefly, which works actually shockingly well. I don't know where it is right now because my office is kind of in a chaos mode since I got back because I was just rush feeding tarantulas. But I like the Firefly. I think they're similar. The only difference is like the Firefly, you kind of hold it horizontal like a pipe. Or you don't have to. Not completely. I don't remember. I haven't used it in a bit. Oh, Kelty, drink some water. So weed I got. Yeah, it's brands then? Yeah, because those freaking companies now have multiple brands under the same umbrella core. Isn't that, dude, Frem, I have noticed that. Oh my God, what was it? I tried some special one last week and it said Veritas on the back. Like the front said a different brand and then the back in really small print, it was like Veritas. I'm like, it's just another Veritas. Like Veritas is just a swanky brand, I guess. It's not better. That's interesting. Yeah, I noticed that. Okay, so the one that I forgot to put it on the poll. Don't worry, I haven't smoked it yet. I did open it though. Is called Cherry Fluff from Green Dot. Yeah, I buy them because of the names. And the THC is 16.87%, allegedly. We never know. I honestly don't notice a difference in my highness levels with the THC percentages they put on them. I don't know. Does it have any other info? Probably not. 21st century hash plants. Nope, don't care. They're just telling themselves. That's all I got. No CBD. It doesn't say if it's a like sativa or an indica or anything. Just cherry fluff. There you go. Cherry fluff. And then the one that we are smoking right now is called Strawberries and Dream. And this one's by Loco Love, I think is what it's called. They put a sticker on the top of it. It's spelled like, like loco, like I'm crazy about local, local, like, ooh, look, buy local, hippies, whatever. They're always trying to they'll stick anything in there as a marketing thing. I have had Granddaddy Perp. That is one of the very first strains I ever got when when it became like recreationally legal in Washington. Because I'd heard about it in like all the rap songs, all the rap videos. Oh my god, it's legal in Minnesota. No shit. Oh my gosh, to a recreational store. Are you excited? You'll have to tell me what it costs because I'm always curious. Like every state is so different on how they tax it. It's crazy. It's kind of wild. I don't know if I've had Perp Punch. I've had a lot of Perp strains, though. I tend to go for anything that says is purple in the name, or berry, because they tend to be indica leaning, even if they're a hybrid, and we all know I don't need to be up anymore. Good afternoon, Rip Roosta. Yeah, it's this. Sorry, I got the sticker off. Loco Love. And this one it's Strawberries and Dream. It's apparently a sativa, and allegedly the THC is 26.44%. Wow, pesticides used. That's a whole lot of pesticides. Don't know how I feel about smoking this anymore, but we're already smoking it, so here we go. Whatever, it's probably on everything, right? I'm dying. I'm 34, like there's no saving me at this point. Save the world. Oh, it says no inorganic pesticides, herbicides, or fungicides. We all know what that means. Anyways, yeah, that's the one we're smoking right now. I like these strains because even when I get like a Medicine Man brand, whatever strain, and it comes in those little plastic containers, I save these jars and I reuse these jars because these are nice porcelain and glass jars. They're not plastic, which is nice. So when they're on sale, I pick them up. And then this is the Nasty, Mr. Nasty. Oh, I love it. A laser. The pesticides can be natural too. Absolutely. That's the thing. Like, there are a lot of pesticides that are totally natural / organic, but the brand can't afford the label of organic because just getting that sticker costs money. It's crazy. I watched a thing on it and read a book on it. It was wild. It's crazy what people get away with. And there are a lot of places that probably aren't organic or natural that can afford the sticker, so they get it. Ooh, it's Granddaddy Perp and Larry OG. Oh, I don't think I've had Larry OG. Like, garlic can repel bugs, and hence, oh, absolutely. You know what I learned in Maryland on accident? I would plant my tomatoes along the fence, and then along in front of the tomatoes, like on the flower bed line, I planted peppers. And peppers are a natural pesticide. Like, pests don't want to eat the super hot habanero plant, so they tended to not go further into my tomato plant. Genius. Found that on accident, and then I started reading about it. It's genius what people have figured out, though. Like, plants you can plant together that help control, like, pests and stuff like that. It's cool. Cedar's really poisonous to a lot of things. I remember when I was a kid, we had guinea pigs, and like there was this huge movement in the pet stores to get rid of all the cedar bedding because if the guinea pigs or any little animal ate the cedar bedding, which they'll chew on fucking anything, they're rodents, they would just instantly die. Scary shit. I love the smell of cedar. If you have hella night terrors, I totally recommend a bowl before bed. You know what? I've never had a night terror. However, I do recommend a bowl before bed if you're cool with trying it out. It feels great. Rodents' teeth are wild. It is true. They never stop growing. I had rats, too. Rats were my favorite. Mr. Nasty. This is the highest percentage. Again, I buy them by the name. Obviously, it's called fucking Mr. Nasty. And it's by the Boulder Built. I bought this strain, or this brand, I guess, before. They're decent. I like them. Decent meaning the bud's usually, like, you know, not too dry, not too moist. Good quality bud, not seeded. It's called Mr. Nasty, and the THC is 31%, which is, I mean, that's pretty high in terms of what they claim on packaging these days. Oh no, that'll be an adventure. Cunt, that's exactly why I've never gotten rats again. It is so heartbreaking. Like, it's every 3 years, and they're so intelligent for only having that short of a lifespan. Like, if they weren't such a, probably food item for other animals, i.e. having millions of babies and being plague spreaders, they're really smart. It's crazy. What up, beautifully? How are you? Weed actually blocks the body from going deep into REM, hence blocking dreams, nightmares included, which is why it's so good for people with PTSD. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. That makes me wonder. I don't know. I'm not a sleep specialist, but for speaking, I think in general terms, from your guys' opinion and mine on how long like a hit of a bong lasts, it usually only lasts maximum like an hour, and then like an hour of being kind of stoned, but also you're coming down and you're getting kind of sleepy. So I wonder when those night terrors happen. Are they like right when you pass out? Because that's kind of a miracle that it helps, but it's also that's horrible. But I feel so bad for anybody that suffers with that shit. It makes me sad. The new Space Pics go so hard, honestly. I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at, but girl, oh my god. This is the best tweet I've ever seen. I'm gonna retweet it so you guys can look at this. Stop it. Oh my god. Yes. Go look at Twitter. It's great. I just want to show you these strains before I forget. These are this is actually a brand I've never tried before, and I haven't opened any of these, so I don't know if it's gonna be, great. But the strains are Gelinade, which probably is a gelato lemonade mix, I'm guessing. And this one has a range. It says it's 22.52 to 27.44% THC, 0 CBD. But I like the little Colorado packaging. It's cute. Although technically, if you're buying weed, you are definitely buying local because weed can't go across state lines yet. You're at least buying for your state. So, do you like your state? And then the other one I got was called Fried Apples. Every strain I get with apple in the name has been lovely. I've gotten like apple fritter, I think, an apple pie something, and they were just like nice mellow strains. I liked them. It's called Fried Apple, and it's allegedly 25.76% THC. Did I say the other one? Oh, the other one had the range. This one does not. Interesting. This one has like red on its label and looks scary, and this one doesn't. Danger, danger. When I first came into your stream, I was struggling with PTSD heavy. Oh, my love. Nothing better than hearing a shrill scream in your left ear that's not really there and waking up in a panic. No one deserves that shit. And I'm so sorry you had to go through that fucking bullshit. I've never had, I've had insomnia my whole life, but that's not unique. We all can't. Who sleeps anymore? Yeah, spoiled bitch. Or what are you on? Help me. Not really. It's fine. But when I was going to school, we had to choose rotations in various clinics. So I did tuberculosis and I worked at the VA. Life-altering experience. Very humbling. Very, very humbling. Not that I was like fucking full of myself, but when you can't really speak to it. I mean, I've never experienced it, so I still can't speak to it, but you really can't speak to it until you like watch it and hear the stories and like hold these like 70-year-old men's shuddering bodies while they're crying in the middle of the night. Like that shit will fuck you up. It's like watching your parents cry. Something about that like tears at something inside of you, and you're just like, I feel so powerless in this moment. You just feel so fucking powerless. It's heartbreaking. I have tried. Isn't Jack Herrera, is it a strain or is it like a brand? Because I went there and I bought some Jack Herrera weed, and they gave me like 2 fanny packs and 2 hats, like fucking broad, the big old flat brim hats that were Jack Herrera. And I was like, why the fuck? Why do I need flat brimmed hats and fanny packs? What is this? So I donated them, but it said Jack Herrera on it. I remember that. Is it really? Oh, I'll have to look for the strain then. It was a bunch of merch, just like it looked like a guy's signature, like a gold signature. Is it a person? Is it a person? I probably should know this, but I'm bad with names. Work gave us a handful of pre-rolls of Bully Kush, and they're real nice for bedtime. Really? How big are your pre-roll? How big are the pre-rolls? Just curious. Ambien, trazodone, and weed for my insomnia. I still only sleep about 4 to 5 hours a night. I hope you sleep more someday, because that's not fair. Both my parents got COVID after more than 2 years. Oh, fuck. My mom needs a new kidney, so it was important she didn't get it. Oh, she lived, though? Oh, my God. You know, I was thinking about that, Mickey, like, obviously not on near a relatable or, like, the same level, but just traveling. I was thinking, like, travel is, I mean, indefinitely just, it's kind of ruined a little bit because people made up their own science, let alone the deaths, you know, and potential deaths and the risk of life. Because yeah, I get mad about it. I try not to. I try to look at the silver linings. It's hard sometimes. Durban poison's real good. I've had Durban poison. That's anytime I see that one. Or Durban anything. I've seen Durban on a lot of different strains, and I like those. Like Tangine, Durban Tangine or something like that was a good one. I think Seth Rogen is EN and Joe Rogan is AN. They are not related, as far as I know. I would fucking hope not. You know, Kel, it's honestly, it is blowing. I didn't get it. I tested myself when I got to London and when I got home, and I was like, I'm a god. I don't know what it is. I feel very lucky, and I feel horrible for anybody getting it. You don't deserve it. You got vaxxed. You got boosted if you could. Like, you did everything you could. If you're here, you must have. You can't listen to me all day and not have done that. Nick, I really didn't. I packed 2 little vapes. I packed a Pax and a Aero vape of like CBD. It was like, 3% or 4% CBD and like 1% THC, just so my sister and I could sleep and avoid the jet lag, horrible staying up until 4 in the morning. But I allegedly smuggled like a dime, and by a dime I mean that much, like crumbled weed, and I put it in spliffs for the first couple days, literally just because of the crowd. I didn't know. I haven't been around massive crowds of people in a large city since before COVID. Not that I've ever been, but I am an anxious person in general. I have some anxiety. And I didn't want my whole vacation to be ruined, and I didn't want to ruin my sister's good time, and I didn't want to ruin my time hanging out with Anubis and Lizzie and potentially Safi and Amelia. Like, that was not, so the first couple days, like, I would, like, do little rollies. But by that time, I was fine. Most of the time when I go on vacation, I don't stay in huge metropolitan cities like London. I usually go to, like, the depths of Thailand, so I'm not as worried about the just inundation of sound and, shit I can't control, the loud world. But I usually treat vacation as just a tea break, because if I need weed when I'm on vacation, I'm doing it wrong. IMO. You know? That's just me, though. No shame on anybody else. And it's good for me because I smoke weed every day, all the time. So even just 5 days off of having THC in my system it's good. It helps me regulate, like, my tolerance and shit like that. I love London, too. Of all the major cities in the world, it's probably my favorite to walk. All the ones I've visited, mind you. Just in terms of, like, even when you got a ways to walk and you're gotta go get through shit, there's always probably something you're gonna see that you're gonna be like, oh, that's weird and historical. Or, like, an evidence of the Great Fire or something like that. Like, there's always something. Or, like, my sister and I saw some pretty cool, what would you call them? Street performers? No, we never left the city. There was so much to do. And we walked a lot of it. It was just nice. It was beautiful weather, and, the city's pretty, so. I've never been to Paris. Buskers, thank you. That's the word I was looking for. First bowl when I got back was, interesting. Can't quite remember what happened afterwards. Only problem with tea breaks is I can't sleep without it. That's why I brought the CBD vape. CBD helps me, but that's just me personally. Like, I'm not insinuating it should help or will help everybody. When I had my little breakdown a few years ago, CBD, like, really saved my life. And so I've always had it. Like, I just have it. I don't use it all the time, usually only when I'm on vacation to avoid the fucking jet lag, like, stay up till 5 in the morning bullshit. But other than that, like, I'm medicated, thankfully. Oh, Nick. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be great. New Zealand, actually, my sister and I were literally already planning, like, where we want to go next. And New Zealand's at the top of our list. Neither of us have been there. I've never been to Australia either. I'd like to see both. Australia, I don't really know, like I'd like to see the reef and the beaches and stuff like that. But, like, Hobbiton, though, and Xenaland. Also, I miraculously have never gotten COVID and have been pretty safe. So I think I would be, like, welcomed, I hope. Because I know they've been very, very safe. So I've been looking. I'm, like, on alerts for plane deals. Because planes are real expensive right now. How many historical or ancient sites have you been to that you felt something particular, like something about the ancientness of it? Ooh, a lot. That's a really good question, though. I'm trying to think of the ones where you just, like, you mean, like, the majesty of it? Like, you walk up to it and you're like, you don't need a plaque to tell you this is old, it's damn fuck. Maybe older than my jeans. Yeah. I've seen a lot. I mean, as an American, anything in Europe does that to me, really. I'm easily excitable. I like to travel, probably that. So I go into it, like, excited for the old shit. So everything to me, I'm just like, oh my God, that's so fucking cool. That being said, half my genes are Irish, I guess. You guys would know my nana was fucking, like, Irish. So, I understand why my family left the Europes. I get it. I'm not sour, but damn, there's some cool shit everywhere. In Greece, the Parthenon. That's pretty fucking wild. The Isle of Delos correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the Isle of Delos has, if not one of the oldest runes we have in existence that still are, like, there today. That was phenomenal. You just get to free walk an island. Like, there's no one telling you what to do. There's ropes you respectfully do not cross. I never saw anyone do it because there's mosaics on the other side of that rope that are old. That was fucking amazing. Trying to think. There's one of the cathedrals we went into when I was in Italy, and I cannot remember which one it was. You guys might be able to identify it by the description I give you. When you go inside, there is, I don't know what it's called. There's a name for it. It's a giant, like, square, and I'm talking like 2 stories high inside the church, and it's all carved black wood, and it's insanely gothic. Like, wild. It might have not been Italy. This might be Germany. I've seen a lot of cathedrals. Please excuse me. And it's been many years because of COVID. It ruined everything. So I might be mixing them up. But inside, it was like this altar or like a worship thing. It was like I think baby Jesus and, was it Basilica? Let me Google. I just want to make sure I'm saying the right one. Seriously, it's just been a really long time. I'd have to look at my own pictures to remember. Let me look. Does it have the giant thing inside? Yes. Yep. St. Peter's Basilica. Fucking Lizzie got me. Of course she did. It's her job to do that. Not for me, but in general. That's what she wants to do. I'm sorry. That sounded slavely. This thing. However, when I went in there, it was not well lit, and this thing is so black. It's just wood, like, that's been, treated and taken care of over time, but it's so fucking big. And as a tall person, there's not many things in the world that make me, like, go, oh, damn, There's something about it when you walked around, not in a religious way, just in, like, someone hand-carved this a really long time ago with probably not electricity. Definitely not with electricity. This shit, I got it up. Let me put it on the right monitor. It was just, my sister and I kept going up. It was just wildly big. Most of them are free to go into. You have to be respectful. Anything in Italy, as far as I remember, you have to have your shoulders covered. So, like, it was hot, it was summertime, and we were wearing tank tops, and we had to get, like, shawls to wear every time we went in. When we were in Thailand, the golden Buddhas, I got to see, I want to say 4 of them. And by giant, I mean they're bigger than your or I's house will ever be. They are so fucking big. I mean, their head is the size of my house, maybe. They're enormous, and I think I got to see 4 or 5 of them. I'd have to look at my pictures. That's my most recent trip. But those, again, you just, like, they're still, some of them are still in monasteries that are actively being used by monks that are in there chanting and, you know, doing those bowls with the beautiful sounds in these echo chambers. And so not only are you being respectful of something that is truly fucking ancient, but there are people who are still actively religiously practicing right there with these things. And so it's not a tourist thing. It's not like a million people with cameras flashing. It's like 3 people can go in at one time. You walk around, you look, you respect, you walk the fuck out. You're allowed to bow at the altars and stuff. Like, you can pray if you want to, if you understand how. I don't know how. I'm not religious, but that those kind of things. Same with when this was in Italy. It wasn't a famous church by any means. Sorry, I got it on my screen. Brain. This thing. That's the basilica. Shit I mean, it was just, you can see, this is, I'm assuming, probably an averagely heighted human, how fucking majestic the thing is. And when I went in there, I think this is probably lit up for some reason on purpose. You know, these lights were not on. So it's very dark. Basically, the only light coming in is daylight. Because I think they try to protect it from light. It helps the art last longer, I believe. Yeah, and it's just intricate as all balls fuck. It's just crazy. And, you know, you look at our very manufactured world we have now where everything is kind of mass manufactured in a factory and it has seams and there's no details in it and it's kind of just like mass produced. And you look at stuff like this and you're like, wow, the only thing that can get someone to do this is the fear of hell and God. Like, what else gets someone to make something so passionately just phenomenal? But it's just huge. Those are the things that really blow my mind. The golden Buddhas as well. Those were beautiful. But there was one church we walked by, or a cathedral, I guess. We walked by when we were in Italy, and the organ player was inside just practicing the organ. And somewhere in the archives of my Facebook I don't use, there is a video I took outside just basically to record the organ music. And it was, I was like a sniff away from having a religious experience. Music really gets me on top of like the stained glass and all the art inside. And it was so dark and very old, like mud floor, like very old kind of cathedral church that wasn't anything special, you know, no saint buried in it or anything. But that combination of like that ancient organ getting played and just seeing the spectacle, I was just like, I could sit on these steps and just die here and be fine with it. Like, I have lived. I'm good. I'm great. I'm fine now. That was pretty cool. The Vatican was okay. It didn't give me like some grandiose feeling. It more felt like a hoarder home of ancient reliquaries and relics. Relics. That's what it feels like. It's so just overwhelmingly packed with every culture known to man's like stolen goods. It's a little daunting. Trying to think where I've gone. It's seriously like COVID. I think I didn't travel because it's selfish, and even though I'm healthy doesn't mean I can't carry shit and like give it to someone, and I'm not gonna be that person. Been to Thailand. Singapore is all new, although it does give you kind of a very feeling of being small because everything's huge and there's that one building with a boat on top of it or a spaceship or whatever that was in Crazy Rich Asians. That's pretty wild. Some of the places, like, I feel like they would have that feeling if they weren't so fucking just clogged with tourists. It's hard for me to enjoy myself when I'm a sardine. Even a 6-foot sardine. Where else have I been? Thailand, Singapore, Italy, Germany. What did I see in Germany I mean, Castle, oh god, I'm gonna butcher it. I even looked up on vacation how to say it, and I'm gonna butcher it. The castle Cinderella's castle is based after. That one. Sales, help me. I even looked it up because I said it horribly on vacation. I was like, fuck, I know how to say this name. Is it Neuschwanstein? Neuschwanstein? Am I close? That was astounding. I mean, that was the work of a mad person with a lot of money. But wow, did they do work with it? That was pretty fucking phenomenal. I've never even been to Versailles. But part of the inside, correct me if I'm wrong, if this is the castle where part of the inside he like mimicked Versailles, or is that a different castle? I went to a lot. Oh, it's Neuschwanstein. Neuschwanstein? Neuschwanstein? Is it Steen? Oh, that's a different castle. Just kidding. Both are astounding. This one was, I mean, this one is the one, it's based, Cinderella's castle is based on it, and you can literally like ride a horse and carriage up to the castle if you want. We hiked because the hike is gorgeous and there were deer and swans everywhere. But you walk the original, like, you know, gravel road that they designed back in the day to get to the castle. And there's just something about being a girl and walking up to a fucking Cinderella castle that's real. I mean, I think my vagina wept. I don't know. I know I look like every Disney princess's evil mother, but I didn't do that. Disney did. No shit. So it's Neuschwanstein, but I'm probably like putting the emphasis on the wrong words, huh? I'll have to look it up. And now, is it like Neuschwanstein? Neuschwanstein. Oh, Neuschwanstein. But I'm definitely putting the syllable on the wrong place. But thank you. I really say that word wrong every time, and it's fucking hilarious. I laugh at you can laugh at me. It's fine. I know I'm doing it. I'm not German. I don't speak German. I respect the language. It is hard to, damn. I mean, it's basically phonetic, but I'm ignorant and American, so it's not. Knife, gnome, suck a dick, vegetable. Have a good day, Pyro. Thank you for hanging. Stolen goods are now forfeit. Pay the court a fine or serve your sentence. You violated the law sentence. Wait, what? No, never. I accidentally stole a pack of gum one time, and I have never forgot it. At a gas station. It was the same size as my phone, and I had it against my phone, and I paid for my gas and like a whole bunch of other shit. Walked out, got halfway home, which meant like an hour of driving because middle of fucking nowhere, Eastern Washington. And I said, the pack of gum, and I have never forgot that moment. I think I was 16. That's the only thing I've consciously stolen. Let's say that. Ghetto, I think that's really cool. You know, I kind of do that before I travel places. I don't memorize, but I educate myself about where I'm going to go. It did, Meldon, it stuck with me. It sticks with me forever. I don't even think I used the gum. I think I gave it to my mom because I was just like, I can't with this. It was a pack of cinnamon Orbit. Because Orbit gives you that fresh, clean feeling. Never forgot. It was terrible. I've just never... Is that really the Oblivion Guard song? I haven't played Oblivion in so fucking long, and now I'm embarrassed. Honestly, it's the old-ass graphics. I can't do it anymore. Stop it, but we have to listen to it now. Stop it, Midnight Monsters.
Stop! You violated the law. Pay the court a fine or serve your sentence.
I have chills.
Your stolen goods are now forfeit.
Dude. I have chills up my spine. I failed a class for Oblivion and Morrowind. Wait, no. Oblivion and Skyrim, excuse me. Two classes for the two different games, if that wasn't clear. I just did the double. It's the first time all day, though. Was a Lost and Found Monsuno toy. Oh, my God. That's, I mean, I just, like, guilt. It's that Catholic guilt, man. It eats you forever. Roommate's going to see it this week, and all the souvenir I wanted from him is a wide shot of the castle. Dude, it's totally easy. I mean, fuck, man, it's phenomenal. All of them are, though. I think it's cool when, you know, countries keep cool old buildings like that up that aren't, you know, shrines to Hitler. I.e., there aren't any that they kept. Like, for instance, the Eagle's Nest is a restaurant in no reference to Hitler. There are no secret meanings at all. They wiped it off. They were like, we're not making a fucking relic out of this evil person's house. I think that's the way to do it. But these were just like rich eccentrics. Catholic guilt is bred into you. It's terrible. I hate it so much. I know, and it's like it's no one's putting it on you. It's all in your own head. They teach you how to guilt yourself subconsciously. It's horrible. The guy who did the voice for that is Washington Capitals PA announcer. Is it really the Washington Capitals PA announcer? No shit. That's beautiful. I love that. A 5-second extract of fucker Arlson interview about Boris Johnson, and it was just entirely wrong. Quote, oh God. The British public voted for Boris Johnson. No, we didn't. We don't vote for a prime minister. Stop it. Stop it. Stop. That hurts everything. I haven't seen a clip of Tucker Carlson in a while. It's been kind of blissful. The tweet owning Madison Cawthorn. Stop it. Wait, what? I've been in like blissful ignorance of just everything for a while because, you know, I was in London on vacation and I was more just watching Boris crackle and crumble like a fragile little doll who managed to have a lot of babies, which is crazy. Shows what money and fame can do for you, I guess. But I like watching dumb people get smacked. I'm gonna burp. Maybe. Missile, right? I can't even, like, I don't say, like, this has to be the dumbest thing I've ever seen anymore. I can't. Like, you know it's gonna get worse. And by saying that, you are fucking jinxing it. That's what we all said. Look at us now! Ah! Sorry. Anyways. I'm cracking at this. What happened to these people? You know? Because they're not educated, Brandon. You know? It's really hard for people who choose to be ignorant and strive towards an impressive level of mediocrity to expand their personal lexicon beyond a word, you know, per instance. I think it's literally just willingness to uneducate yourself. Or for lack of a better way to put it, you know? Not educated, have no idea how to use it. Exactly. And if they did, I mean, it'd probably be hilarious to us. Horribly, horribly offensive, but we'd be like, wow, are you transphobic or just stupid? You know? Yeah. They've spent their whole lives being feted and put at the top of society. At some point, they get it in their head that they're better than. I think that's what it is. I think it's like, and, you know, I think they do it to themselves a certain amount. Like, they surround themselves with that echo chamber of, like, yes, everything you say is, you know? Or, like, yes. That it becomes, like, a psychosis. Kind of. I can't even Google the Duke University rapist because it pulls up their lacrosse team. Do not go to Duke, apparently. Oh, God. Good to know. I never understood the point in going to an Ivy League school that would cost me 50 times more than going to a state school. I had, like, friends that, like, looked down on me for going to a state school. Like, you know, not like, oh my God, you're going to a state school, but they'd say, oh, you're just going to a state school. All right. Like that kind of, you know, the backhanded Baltimore compliment shit. But I didn't like, you don't get a better education, as far as I know, just by paying more. And Kel, I guess maybe it's the want to be in that society. Like, I've never wanted to be a part of, like, since I was a child, I was like, nah. I don't know what it was when I was a child that gave me the nah feeling, but I've never, like, been like, I want to hang out with those fucks all day. Sounds fucking fun. Ever. And I truly believe, like, what you do, no matter what it is, if you work with people that are nice, or you know, don't work with anybody because you really hate people that much, totally respect it, and I get it. That makes anything, like, less painful. Work is work is work. You guys, like, if I was just, like, a one-game mega streamer that just, like, speed run this one game every day and my chat was just a fuck story of but I was super successful, I wouldn't be happy at all. This would feel horrible. You guys make what is work for me, quote unquote. Still feels gross and I can't really say that, but you guys make it worth it and fun. But you know what I mean. And that's no shame on the streamers. Like, a lot of streamers like me, we were born into the era where there weren't mods, or we didn't even know what a mod was. And by the time they got popular because they were really good at the game, it was already out of control. What do you do? I don't know. I don't know what I would do in that situation. Probably kill my own chat and just be like, we're starting over. But I don't know. And see, Kino, that's the scary part is, like, you know, people see what they want to see. And that goes for people who, you know, have opened their mind and say, I'm going to see it all. I'm going to see everything I possibly can. And then there are some people who go into a situation with, this is my opinion. This is what I see. And there's nothing that's going to waver me, no matter how much logic, how much you smack me verbally, like, nothing is going to change it. And I think that's really sad. Because how else do you grow as a human other than learning? Even if it's views you don't agree with, just learning the views. Knowing what the fuck you're disagreeing with, I think, is important. Right? The Great Purge, it would be. I mean, I couldn't look at it. I couldn't be proud of anything if there was, like, bigoted nonsense or, you know, transphobic whatever in a chat. Even if I was a billionaire, I couldn't. No, don't want to think about that. Failing up, exactly. That's a good term for it, a gross term, but yeah. You think so, Kun? I've wondered that if they see that happening. Or if they're just in their, like, cloud. Often it's not even the best professors too. While it includes good professors, it also involves figures that fail in education but also manage to sweet talk themselves. Oh, dude, every tenured professor I had I could easily say was the worst I ever had. They made it so fucking, they would literally say, we don't care. First day of class. My physics, first day of physics. Thank you, Nutter. My first day of physics, my teacher goes, this is the most, he was like 80 something, like could have retired, but he had tenure. He was like, this is the most failed class on campus. Most of you will drop the class by the first quiz. So I'm not going to put much personal effort into each of you or knowing your names until after that point. Read chapters, blah, 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 test on blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh, fuck. There is no hope. God is dead and we are fucking alone. But, like, my teachers that weren't tenured had to fucking strive for those student reviews, so they tried really hard and were awesome. Wonder how that works. Calculus? Oh, I'm so sorry. Ugh. Anywhere in the math physics department, I would have literally, like, I did drop some classes because I was like, I'm not going to get along with this teacher. And I know it. Like, I'm not gifted in those areas. I need help. No shit, Mickey. So Mickey said here they have tenure and they can still be fired. That's pretty impressive. Our tenured professors can take a couple years off because they got pregnant. Not that I don't think you deserve years off if you get pregnant, but give tenure to somebody else. My introduction got this rabbit hole was Canada's Jordan Peterson, and from there I went down a rabbit hole of American Canadian professors that went down that path. Oh damn. People who tend to be conservative, etc., have less or more active parts of their brain than liberal. I know evolution doesn't work this way, but the more open type brains tend to work better in larger societies, while the conservative brain works well for small groups and units. Interesting. I wonder if it's, I mean, I believe it. I wonder, it's probably like, you know, correlational, not causational, but I wonder what drives it that way. I don't know. Interesting. Brains are fascinating. They boggle me, though. Like, the brain is the only organ that named itself. And mine is talking about itself right now. Yours is thinking about itself right now. What the fuck, brain? They fuck with me a little bit. They're a little scary. I like your heart. Like, it's got enough brain to do its job without your head working, but, like, not enough to name itself, be sentient, do strange things like cause bipolar, you know. Then I'm much more into that. Also, only organ made of fat, which is super weird. Brains feel gross. They are fascinating. I mean, they're fascinating, though. In a gross way, they're fascinating. The gut is also a brain. True. You're very correct. That is true. I don't know as much about the gut because respiratory therapy, but if I had known there was like specialties you can go into that were digestion related that weren't just like, you know, looking at people's assholes all day, I would have done that just because I remember going through anatomy and physiology and finding the digestive system so fucking fascinating. That and the endocrine system. So cool, but I was already like almost done, like on the track to do respiratory therapy, so there was no changing at this point. But I felt kind of gutted because the gut and the endocrine system blew my mind. They're so interesting. I had a teacher like that in high school, just read from the textbook, and me and the whole class didn't like him. Dude, I had one in high school too. The only teacher to ever send me into the hall and send me to the principal's office. She was not a chemistry teacher. She was being paid to teach us chemistry, and she was literally learning it with like in the book on the board while teaching it, and she did it wrong, and I corrected her. It was the machine. Come on, the machine, not the machine, but like the chemical thing machine. Pretty soon, my testicles will both be brains, no matter what everyone tells me. They kind of look like a brain if you ever see a testy like skinned, which is gross. Don't skin your testes. But I've watched a lot of Food Network shows, and they eat a lot of testicles in other countries, and they look. I mean, like you know how your brain has the sulci going through it. The testes have like all those wiggly little lines, little veiny looking lines all over them, and that looks like sulci. They do look like little brains. It's pretty weird. The gut has its own nervous system. Kind of smart to have it like that. So I mean, Mickey, right though? Like we might not be multi-segmented creatures, i.e. insects, but our body has evolved to be multi-segmented in that you can get a serious brain injury and your gut in it, like if you haven't like occluded your airway, you'll lay there alive for quite some time because your gut and your heart will keep going regardless. They don't depend on your brain to tell them what to do. You know what I mean? I.e., you cut a turkey's head off and it runs around your yard for a full 24 hours. Like, theoretically, if we didn't bleed out to death because of the big old, all that shit, it's fucking crazy. Bodies are incredible. Testicle owners out there, fun experiment if you've never just sat there and stared at your balls, which you probably have. I'm telling you nothing new. But testicles have a self-regulating thermo nervous system, and your balls will move independent of one another like a lava lamp, depending on what their heat is, because they don't want to be too hot and they don't want to be too cold, which is why they're outside your body. As someone who's sucked a few dicks, I've watched some balls. They are mystical as fuck. Are you kidding me? Best I can do is like nip. Whoopee! No shit, Mickey. That's amazing. 5 years. Mickey said they kept a decapitated chicken alive. A decapitated chicken alive for 5 years. That's for years. Excuse me, not 5 years. For years. That's amazing. I mean, really, if you could somehow loop the, the carotid jugular system, it's possible. You guys see, we keep people as vegetables on ventilators for many years with brain injuries. Oh, Jack, there's so many things that look like genitalia in our body and otherwise in the world. It's kind of mystical. Kino, are you worried about your balls? Do you have a lump? You don't have to tell me, but I mean, it's super quick, and these doctors do it for a living, and honestly, like, they want to catch it sooner than later. Every doctor I've ever known, like, even if it was up to the patient whether or not they came in, the turmoil they go through mentally, like, oh my god, if only. Like, it's just a little cough. It's important to get that shit checked. Why would we let, like, our wondrous fuck tools take us out of all the things? Of all the things? Like, I'm not gonna let my tit take me out. I get those shits squished in that little vice. It's terrible. But she is not taking me out. Fuck that. I do enough self-harm. That is not what's gonna happen. I would be personally offended if it was my tit that took me out of all the things in my life that I've done irresponsibly and otherwise. It only died because they went on vacation or something and forgot to feed it. No shit. I can't believe they forgot to feed it. That's, wow, sad. This stream turned around from politics to biology rather quickly. Steps away to refill the wine glass. Oh, you know what's up. It's like the ADHD real-time experience. Catching is early key. Dude, I have a story about a woman I knew her my entire life because my mom worked at the same hospital, still works there. Actually, she retired. Oh my God, I got to call her and congratulate her. She retired while we were in London. She's worked at the same hospital for 40 years, so a lot of the people there were there the day I was born because I was born at that hospital. I know, small town people, let me tell you. And so a lot of these women I've just known my entire life. And there was this one woman she worked with as she was a respiratory therapist, and my mom didn't know this. Otherwise, my mom probably would have been like, I'm escorting you to get a breast exam. Her 2 sisters died of breast cancer. Her mother died of breast cancer. And she just said, you know what? I don't ever want to know. I'm just going to die one day. So fast forward, she's like 55 and says, everyone I love is dead from breast cancer. Guess I'll go get checked. Terminal breast cancer went to her brain within like a month and she died. And she was only 55. It was so fucking sad. It was the most crazy, potentially preventable thing. And we have to accept nothing's 100% preventable, but if it's genetic, like my mom got breast cancer, so I get these titties squished because that's not what's taking me out. I'm gonna die. Like, I'm not trying to run away from death, but it ain't gonna be my tit. Fuck that. What will it cost you, right? Like, at what cost? And it was horrible. She was way too young. Left side has are about the testicle, about the size of a testy, while on the right there's a bit of a size of a marble. Had that shit for about maybe 10 years, never had it checked out. Got an STI test kit online to see if that's what it was. Hadn't been to a clinic because it's hard to know the cost. And I don't have insurance. So, Kino, depending on what country you're in and shit, most places that still have a Planned Parenthood, you can go in and get fully STI tested for free. Full panel. 100%. They cover it. I used to go there all the time when I was in college. Like, I lived at Planned Parenthood. It was amazing. But as far as I know, most clinics will do that. You do have 2 little symmetrical lumps on each nut, your epididymis. It's like a natural part of your nut. However, I totally trust that you know your nut way better than a stranger on the internet. And you can call any doctor's office and say, I don't have insurance, but I think there's a lump on my nut. What will an appointment cost me? And they will always give you a price. They will usually a good hospital clinic, not like a, for money creepy, the ones I'm talking about. There's some creepy clinics out there that are all cash front. Yeah, don't go there. They will not only help you work out a plan, but they usually will be like, we have, cheaper options. We have payment plans and stuff like that. And this is insider knowledge. And I'm not trying to pressure you at all, although kind of, because I just care about you and you're not. You will never be sent to collections for a medical bill in the United States of America. So if you're in the US at least, I can tell you that's impossible. As long as you at least acknowledge the bill. And if you're anxious like me and you just don't even want to call and be like, I can't afford to pay the bill, if you can send them a check for $1 every time you get a bill, literally 75 cents. It does it. You haven't even agreed to this minimum payment is what I'm saying. Like, your minimum payment could be $10,000. Send them a check for $1. As long as every month you're acknowledging that bill and you're not like trying to desert it or whatever, it will never go to collections. It's a law in the United States of America that is miraculously still there. I can't remember what it is. That states that we cannot penalize you for needing healthcare. We can send you a bill for $100 bajillion every month, but we can't take your house because you can't afford your medical bill, because we are required by law. If you show up to the hospital and you are in need of critical care, we must treat you. We can't check your bank account or your status as a citizen first. Period. That's in the US. That's all I can speak to. But that's a thing. I hope I said that clear enough. Grandma's 96 and still gives $1 a month. That's all you got to do. Seriously, they can't. It's illegal. Now, if you like disappear, don't call that doctor's office, and you have a bajillion-dollar bill and you never acknowledge it ever again, move to different states, different country. I don't know what happens with it. I mean, really, they're just trying to figure out if you died at this point, I think. But no, if it's medical bills, we can't. I mean, you're gonna get a bill in the mail every month, but you just acknowledge it. Send a fucking check for $1 every month for the rest of your life. You won't. You're still gonna be able to carry a very normal life, get a house, get a loan for a car, all that shit. You cannot go to collections for needing critical health care. So, if the small chance that it's something serious on your nut, it won't be the end of your life to go get treatment and get fixed and live. True, and Mickey's absolutely correct. Like, if a checkup is a few $100, I'm sure myself and the community can put together a GoFundMe and would be happy to help because that's fucked up. Quest, that's JS said it. Yeah, those like blood test places and drug testing places, I think, are similar to that Quest place. They're privately owned. So those places where you'll get like a bill for $20 but you moved, it'll go to collections. That sucks. But those aren't considered life-saving maneuvers, and it's not a medical facility. It's like it's coded something different. I don't know exactly. I don't want to say the wrong thing. Dude, I think of music all the time. I really miss listening to it on stream. Yeah, Odious. It's little known. It's one of those things that I learned working in the hospital, literally. And those are the only people that know this. And so I try every couple of months to talk about it on stream because I think it's really important. A lot of people suffer with just ailments that are causing them chronic pain all the time, and they're self-medicating with alcohol or weed or otherwise instead of seeking treatment for like the cause of the pain or whatever because they're terrified that, they're going to get sent to collections because they're going to get a 50,000. I mean, seriously. For those of you not in America, like if I got in a car accident without having insurance, minimum, I'd be negative 50 grand just by surviving that car crash. Easily. I don't have 50 grand. Do you have fucking 50 grand? Who the fuck has 50 grand? Not many people have 50 grand. But if that was hospital bills, life-saving maneuver hospital bills, i.e. not getting like a nose job or something, cosmetic optional surgeries, the hospital can't say, oh, you're not a citizen, or you don't have a $50,000 great credit score. We're not going to save your life. They can't. They legally cannot turn you away. We must treat you, and all of that comes later. You just can't disappear on it. That's it. You don't even have to do the check. Like, if you don't have checks, call. I can't pay this month. I don't have the money. Okay, well, there will be a late fee of... Okay. What are they going to do? You don't have the money. What are they going to do? They're not going to take a finger. They don't take a pound of flesh. It's just another person who's trying to sound scary because they want money out of you for things insurance companies refuse to pay for. That's all it is. And that person you're talking to is probably a minimum wage worker in another country just trying to make it by, like, try not to be mean to them, but just straight up, I don't have any money. It's very easy but very scary, and a lot of people think they're going to get, like, arrested for a medical bill. You can't in America, at least in the U.S. I can speak to that right now, insofar. Or Katie, you have universal health care, but the nurse wiggles the needle. I don't know if that's a necessity. I don't think if that, like, goes hand in hand with the healthcare part. I think maybe you just got a bitch. That's just... No. Even if you had a portion of the money, do you have to try and pay it? There is no way for a hospital to look into your private funds. Only collections can do that and say, like, you're saying you don't have any money, but we can see here, here, and here you have money, so we're going to start stipending, like they'll do for, like, childcare. What's it called? I just fucking brain burped. When you have kids and you gotta get a divorce and you help your spouse take care of him if your spouse has most of the custody. Oh my God. Child support, Jesus Christ, thank you. Like, child support is a government thing, so they'll, like, step in. The courts step in. They can look at your private funds. Hospitals cannot. So, like I said, as long as you're acknowledging this bill, you are calling the hospital. If you don't have a check, you can't pay $1. That's fine. Call. I don't have any money. As long as you're doing that, it will never go to collections. It will never go to a government agency or otherwise that has the jurisdiction to look into your private information, i.e. bank, blah, 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 blah. And as much as I loved my job and I loved working, I love health. I think science is amazing, body science. Hospitals are a for business thing, and insurance companies are a racket. So, fuck it. Take care of yourself. Get checked. You know what I mean? You take care of you. Robo, I'm so happy to be back. I'm exhausted. Jet lag's the worst, but now that I have my bag, I'm like really happy to be back. Republicans, jail for not paying medical bills. Write that down. Perfect. But what if they're black? Daddy! Shit, we lost another one. I see it. It makes me sick, but I see it. The IRS and the bank are the only ones who can see your account. Boom. There you go. I didn't know the exact verbiage, so I appreciate that. But yeah, that's true. It's true. They can be very threatening and they can be mean and they'll send you bills that have big red marks on them. But as long as you're acknowledging and not disappearing on the hospital, I highly, and this goes for people who aren't American citizens, i.e., immigrants from any country, if you're here legally or not, as a healthcare worker, I don't give a fuck about your citizenship. I care if you speak English or not, and if you don't, I'm going to find a translator so we can talk and I can help you get better. Your citizenship does not dictate what level of care you're going to get from me, and I think that goes, I can speak for every nurse and medical worker in chat and otherwise. It doesn't mean shit. I mean, literally, like, when does that matter? It doesn't. And I legally can't ask. Hello, Bubba. I legally can't ask because it doesn't matter. The way I treat your lungs and your heart and your circulatory system and your body has no regard for your status as a citizen here. I mean, we've all seen it during COVID. Like, a couple Indian nations in the northern part of the U.S. have been decimated by COVID, because a lot of people somehow were like Canadian citizens, I guess, that had moved down with families that were elderly or whatever, and just started living with younger siblings that weren't citizens of America, and they were terrified to get treated. They thought they'd get, sent back to Canada where they have no family, nowhere to live, and they just died, but they spread COVID, and now half of their tribe is dead, and it's fucking tragic. And it's just it's misinformation, it's a lack of information, because the people who make the money don't want you to know that shit. I know it because I build shit. Like, literally wrote the code for billing at one hospital. So we all had to learn it deeply. It's fucked up, but I think your care is much more important than what an insurance company's making. I highly just want you to be safe and take care of yourself. It's about the end of our stream. They know. They're kind of crazy that way. My dog's like, after a week, I mean, Zach told me that while I was gone, they learned his break schedule. And they started, before he ever said anything, they'd trot in and be standing behind him or sitting on the couch. They're very smart. I don't know what it is, but dogs are insanely intelligent, and they have like an internal clock, and they know when I normally end my stream and when we go on WALKs. What up, BDO? How are you, love? Amber, I wish. They're literally, I think, the core of it all, the evil. It's obviously spread. Like, people that own hospitals and shit are rolling. They don't give a fuck. But I think it started with allowing insurance companies to step in and just say, we're not going to pay for that because we think it's not necessary, and not that because we think it's not necessary without any medical background or anything. Hi, Zelda. How are you, love? Too smart. I mean, it's I don't know about, it's like, it's not like freakish smart yet. It might get there. I don't know. But it's like, I feel spoiled because I don't think, I have had a pug for the past 13 years. And if you've ever had a small, strong-willed dog, they don't do anything without a treat involved or immediate gratification. Whereas these dogs, they just are pleased to be. And so they just like learn habits like this that they somehow sense I'm happy about. I don't get it. So they're trained, but like by sniffing my pheromones and moods. I don't get it. They're magical. They're astrological masters. I don't know. I don't get it. I feel very spoiled. 2016, my uncle had the flu during that really bad time. Oh, that was my first pandemic, quote unquote. The swine flu. N1, what was it? Oh man, I don't remember what else it was. Swine flu. No insurance. He was talking and asked his wife to get him some NyQuil. Oh, oh, God, my heart. That breaks my heart. I've been on medication for years, and then insurance decides I don't need it, and they'll stop paying. I see it in the hospital all the time. It's disgusting. I wish N1H1. Thank you, N1H1. Yep. And they send you packets of information why they don't think you need medication. Your doctor says so. Oh yeah, or they'll send you packets for, medication that's a different brand because they're getting spiffs from it. A lot of states have made spiffs, meaning getting bonuses because you only work for Zoloft or whatever, have made it very illegal. When I worked on the East Coast, highly illegal. West Coast, however, they would throw us the most dank food parties ever. Like, they'd get us all 5 meals from Macaroni Grill to take home to our families a piece in hopes that we would use their product. We didn't even have to agree to it. They'd just be like, please think about using Combivant. And we were like, sure. I don't know. We don't have any say over what gets in the hospital pharmacy, but they really tried. Oh, dude, that was I have a cousin who died that way. Probably like 6 months ago. Just a stubborn fuck who refused to get vaxxed, refused to get anything. Was like, COVID's not real. Jesus will save me. And now he has 2 kids and a wife just left. He was 58. It was a stupid way to die. Yeah, I mean the stubborn nature. It's like, I love a stubborn bitch, but Jesus goddamn, fucking time and place. Sometimes it's praise, sometimes it's good. It's food. Same. I mean, they're motivated by food, too. Look at that one. She doesn't give a fuck. My little coma girl down there. I require another pizza party and margaritas. Seriously, like, I remember one year, for everybody that had to work on Valentine's Day, because apparently that's a holiday people cared about before the pandemic. I don't remember. They brought us all, like, these huge trays of chocolate-covered strawberries. Like, fucking legit delicacy bitches from downtown Seattle. Oh my God. It just left me. Delica something. I can't remember what it was called. Nope. It's not DeLuca. It was a famous chocolate shop. I don't even know if they're there anymore, but it was incredible. I don't even know what they were selling, but I sure did eat those chocolate-covered strawberries. You ever have a day where you say, fuck eating healthy, I'm eating this damn ice cream? Yes. Usually on or around my period, I'm like, oh, so this is the time that chocolate calories don't matter anymore. Those are God's calories. Yeah, 100%. If you would know for certain, but if I do a pee test, is there anything I should not do prior? I know some of the instructions say make sure not to take a B7 supplement. You just want to take nothing unnecessary, so like nothing not FDA approved. So if like you take a multivitamin or something, wait till after you pee because you don't want anything in it. Because most of multivitamins, I'm sure you know, they say like 1,000,000% of your daily vitamin C, so you're gonna pee a shit ton of it out, and that can affect the test. But you just want to drink a lot of water. Just make sure you're real nice and hydrated. Not too hydrated, like not clear pee. Not that I'm assuming you're stupid. You know what I mean? Nice and hydrated so it's not like super concentrated orange ass fucking thick pee. It's just nice consistency because that's the one that's easiest to test and you won't have the highest chance of not having to go back. What the heck? Oh, she lays on her back like a human. It's weird. To be fair, periods suck, so eating chocolate should be allowed. Agreed. I think anytime anyone's in a pain that they're not responsible for and it's uncontrollable, like you get to do you now. Or if you're over 80. I mean, you do you, boo-boo. It's your life now. I agree. I'm still not 100% not sold on getting like a period palace, i.e. a cabin up in like Telluride where I go 1 week a month and just lay around and hate myself, but eat whatever I want and look at the views. Someday when I'm rich and famous. Hydration is important. Seriously. A lot of people when they go to the hospital, like they won't hydrate the day before and they'll go to the clinic, do their pee test first thing in the morning and they won't pee. And their pee is like so concentrated from the 8 hours of not drinking or peeing or doing anything, just sleeping, that it's unusable. And we have to sit there and give them like a bottle of water and wait. Dude, JS, right though? I mean, word. Squeaky, man. It's alarming every time. I'm gonna be honest. Every time. Hydrate, motherfuckers. Ooh, my shit's stuck. Hydrate. It's important. For all the things. Really. It's very annoying how, like, essential this clear shit is. A nice mint color pea. It is. It's like a nice translucent butter pea. Not in consistency, in color only. Lord. We have politicians trying to ban tobacco and booze in old people's care homes to keep them alive. Why? Not that I don't believe we should do everything we can to keep elder people that want to stay alive. But I mean, if anyone has a right to do what the fuck they want, if you've lived till 80, like, I'm gonna try heroin. People give up their families and homes and everything, panties and pride for that shit. It's got to be great. And what's gonna happen? I'm 80. I'm fine. The long-term effects of fuck yourself. I'm 80. But for real, like, let them smoke and drink and have a good time. That's some shit. If they want to. Like, obviously educate them the risks and stuff. They're humans and they have a brain, but for fuck's sake. They've had a great life. Let them do what they want to do. The goal with the elderly is to make them comfortable. Fuck yes. You know what would make me really uncomfortable? Taking away everything I love. What the fuck? Yeah, if you've made it to 80, like, you've seen some shit. You got stories, and I would love to hear them while you sip down your third gin and tonic of the night. You know, I probably will never try heroin. I've never had an urge to try hard drugs, thankfully. I'm very thankful, honestly, like, not for just not wanting to. I might do some, like, a rather larger amount of shrooms when I'm in my 80s, because that sounds hilarious. And at the rate things are going, I'll probably still be streaming, aka working. And who doesn't want to watch an 85-year-old on shrooms that's had a life of playing video games and chatting about the world destroying itself? I mean, come on. The stories I will have when I'm 80, all of your stories. I'll be like fucking Dumbledore, like pulling them out and putting them in a sack. Like, I'm not throwing it away. My head is so fat. I've never tried any of them. I guess I should say I've never tried any of them, like, that I was aware of. I was definitely a young, dumb kid that'd be like, oh, I'll smoke whatever that is, thinking it was just weed, hoping it was just weed, praying it was just weed. But I haven't knowledgeably gone out for the hard drugs just because, like, the risk reward isn't really worth it to me, I think is really it. I like to have teeth. I already grind my teeth just from stress. Lol, the walls are leaking and just eating carpet for a couple hours giggling anyway. I've never done anything but microdose because I have such a low tolerance to all that shit. I'm visiting Seattle this week for the first time. Oh my god. Stuff to see or stuff to avoid? Ooh. I mean, Pikes is, while being much more, like, commercialized, is still very fun to go walk down. If anything, for, like, the flower markets and the fish market and the food. The food down in the like, if you go into Pike's Place, go into the basement level. There's, like, a cool, really, really old bookstore that's been there since before I was born. It's part of when you go underneath Pike's, that's the burned down city, which is kind of cool because you've probably heard me say it, Zoe. The whole city's built on its burnt down duplicate. And that's part of it. You can go underground, but there's a really good restaurant down there that does, like, one of the best crab eggs benedicts I've ever had in my life. If you're down for that kind of food, I travel for food. Like, that's it. And it's bomb. So I got a sniff of the controversy. Is it a controversy, or did Jordan Peterson just say some horrifically transphobic remarks? Because that's what I got. That being said, obviously my feeds are probably mildly biased. Yeah, don't bother with the Space Needle. I would agree with the Space Needle. I've only been up it once, and I went up it while I was in college as a full conscious adult. Super expensive for you can go up there and buy a $15 Lunchable, though, which is kind of an experience in itself. Depending on what's happening at the EMP, I've had hit or miss experiences there. The EMP can be really cool, though, depending on what, like, what would you say, the feature is? Because there's part of it that's always the same. It's like you go through the grunge era, Nirvana, Nine Inch Nails, and all that shit. Oh, he's always been transphobic. Okay, this is probably why I don't know anything about this person. Not people I would follow. Basically, Peterson is being a cunt again, so it's a day with a Y in the name. Oh, no shock then. Canceled himself? Excellent. We got this excellent clip. Oh god, I'm very excited. Excited, nervous, you know. You know, it seems weird to say I'm excited about it, but you know what I mean. I'm excited to watch it with you and be like, what? You know what I'm saying? Hold on, I want to get it on my other monitor. It looks better on that one with you guys. He dead named Elliot Page on purpose, like maliciously. Obviously, I assume you're meaning maliciously. I'm just clarifying. But yeah, the EMP is like the big, ugly, like trash heap thing that's like an art installation in the middle of the city. That can be really fun. Depending on like what you want to spend, I think the Science Center is really cool. Zoe, I'm not even kidding you. They have an entire wall that is a see-through colony of naked mole rats. And if you're not getting what I'm saying, it's 300 sentient, uncircumcised cocks with teeth undulating in a wall amidst one another, sometimes with baby cocks with teeth and no eyes. They're blind. That's why it's see-through. You can just look at them. I love that shit, but it's meant for kids. So, I don't know. Depending on how bored you are, that's kind of fun. I'll think about it tonight. Depending on, like, how much transportation you have available to you, i.e., like, how far out of the city you can get, there are some really beautiful beaches that aren't far out of the city, but it's just because it's the Puget Sound, the way it's shaped. In order to get a lot of places, you're going to have to take a ferry or drive that peninsula, but really it's not that far away. If you take a ferry, high chance you're going to see whales, which is super fucking exciting. What time of year is it? Summertime? Would it be the gray? No, it wouldn't be gray whales. It'd be killer whales right now, right? One time of year it's gray whales, one time of year it's killer whales. I get them mixed up. Ooh, the zoo is really cool, although they got rid of the nocturnal house and it breaks my heart. I hate that. It's rotating selection at the M-Pop. The EMP, oh, it's called an M-Pop now? Oh my god, that shows how old I am. Stop it. Mole rats are inbred as fuck, but they can't get cancer. I think that's why people study them, yeah. It's kind of fascinating. I love the idea of hundreds of undulating, uncircumcised penises with teeth. I laugh and look at them all the time. They're hilarious. JP dead named Elliot Page on purpose because he was starting a new series on the Daily Wire and wanted to stir up interest, get his name out there. Go fuck yourself. Not you, that guy. Let's watch it. Should we tell him? Now. Holy shit, that was deafening. Should we tell him? You know, Kelty, I was going to suggest Deception Pass too, but it's kind of far and you need a car, which I don't assume everybody can afford a car there, which sucks. Should we tell him though? Because it looks like he doesn't know that. Mickey, I agree 100%. I don't like the term woke. I think it's, I mean, using it facetiously, but I think just being a good person and trying to grow as a human and you know, learn, be open to learning about other ways of life that aren't something you agree with or want to live, and being okay with it. I think that's a huge part of just humanity. And a huge issue with a lot of these people is like, I don't know, this drive to, you must be like me, live like me. Otherwise you bad. I don't get it. I do not get it. I never have. If you're not hurting anybody, you do you, boo-boo. It's consensual, it's legal. You fuck it. Have fun. The fuck, it ain't my business. But for some reason, these people that are like, get the government out of our lives, want to be so deep in your bedroom. Like, come on now. What? Just being self-aware. It's tough, but I'm working on it. I mean, I think it's a lifelong thing, C-Town. Really. I don't think any of us get perfect at it because, you know, like the moment you become self-aware, you change as a human. You know that. I mean, we all, if you're over 10 years old, you know that. You can feel it. You change as a human so much in your life, like depending on who you talk to and the way the world's going. And It all morphs who we are. I think it's a constant, and accepting it's a constant, and accepting that like my whole life I'm going to be figuring it out, and that's okay because so is everybody else. I think is a big part of finding inner peace with it. Because a lot of us were lied to, myself included, that you follow this formula, i.e., good grades, school, college, job, married, kids, white picket fence, happiness. You're done. You do all that, and you get to stop trying. And you don't necessarily have to get that old before you realize that's a crock of shit. And it's hard to figure out what it actually is because everybody's a liar. Not everybody, but the ones that love you usually. Oh, caramba! Thank you. Hello. Is it time? Such a lover. We had to go get shots yesterday. I forgot to tell you guys that. So they're a little shots grumpy today. It was the second round of like the rabies and stuff like that, which I've go for a year now. But we had to get up really early in the morning, and we went on an exciting car ride that ended up in a vet office, which was tumultuously emotional for everyone involved. Yeah, get the government out of our lives. Also, women have to have babies now. You're welcome. I've accidentally mispronounced or misgendered, but never maliciously. And in my personal experience, owning up to your mistake, asking what the correct oh my god, you're disgusting. The correct whatever is, and just like trying your best to be better matters a lot more than being 100% all the time. Although that is great and commendable. It's obviously time for a WALK. I told you my dogs know. They're crazy this way. Growth is a good thing. And it's forever though, which can seem daunting and exhausting, but with the hardcore anti-trans sentiment coming from Holly, Peterson, and others, I've seen a ton of trans people on the timeline talk about detransitioning, getting permanent surgery, or leaving the U.S. as a result. Oh my god. We gotta spread love, my dudes. I know we're just little people, just you and me with our little opinions and our little nothing voices screaming into the void, but we gotta do better, man. We gotta stand up for people and speak our minds, speak against that bullshit, because that's just disgusting. Crimson, I have to look at the paperwork. They got a couple shots recently. I know they got their rabies tags, so they definitely got their rabies, and I have to look at what the other two are. I can't remember. I want to say mumps, but that's humans because I'm a nurse and I can't not think about humans. I know that's not right. But they just turned 2. No, 2? 3? 2. They just turned 2. So, I don't know. Are they still considered puppies? I know when they're, the younger they are, the more frequent, and then as they get older, they get like one every 5 years or something. Faux, right though? My heart. I never know. I'm not a vet, unfortunately. Are they considered young dogs? You're a young dog. A young person. When those in power don't care, all we have is each other, 100%. And I think it's really important, like, fucking, I want to get in a circle and sing Fahu Dore, Dahu Bore. Welcome, Christmas. We all need a hug because the Grinch is everywhere, and it's just like, it's very daunting. That's what keeps me coming to stream is you guys are my who's, my what's, and my holes. You know what I'm saying? I'm a nerd. I'm going to find someone cool to host so I can walk my monsters. It's hard to leave. I really missed you guys so much, but I will be back tomorrow. I don't have anything weird going on. Nerd. I'm gonna find someone cool to host so stop. Why do I always have to listen to myself when I do this? I am gonna keep an eye out for the schedule of the next insurrection hearing. I believe it's next week. I have a massage sometime because my shoulder is FEF'd. But other than that, I ain't got nothing. Other than it's hot. I'm happy to be home, and I'm too poor to travel again. So you guys are safe from that for a while. Don't worry. Mine get it every year. And see, Mickey, because of where we live and because I take them up in the mountains and go on hikes and stuff, I get a couple extras like the tick pack. You know the one I'm talking about. It's not just ticks and fleas. It's like protects them against limes and stuff because they have that thick fucking human hair, and I'm terrified they're going to get a weird bug that bites them. And we go up I'm not going on well hiked trails. So I do those. I just have to look at what they're named. I can't remember. But I know that's what I get them. Is it not limes? I can't remember what it is. I don't think we have limes here. Even if they had. I don't think there's anything preventative for limes yet. But I don't think we have it in Colorado. There's like a tick, flea, and a couple other bugs package. And it just protects them. Which is worth it if you take your dogs into weird, areas with trees where they're going to be rubbing up against trees and stuff. Yeah, there's nothing preventing. That's what I thought, which is super sad. It's just important to check, especially if your dog has human hair like my dogs. You got to check their scalp and go in their ears and look for bugs. Gotta. TBE. Oh, is that the pack? Yep. Thank you. Is that the pack of the shot pack for, I take my dogs in nature, basically is what I told them. I'm like, I need the shots like I take them in the woods. And they're like, where? I'm like, the mountains. Those ones. The Colorado ones. OTBE is what it prevents. What does that stand for? Do you remember? I'm just curious. I'm really bad with acronyms. Does it come from a bug bite? Tick-borne encephal. Oh, yeah. It's like their brain fills up with water. Yeah, it's encephalopy. I'm putting the wrong syllable on the wrong synapse. You guys know what's up. Yes, I know. Yep, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. There's so many. I just want my dogs safe. And I do. I mean, we drive them up to Montana where it's different bugs and stuff. I just want them safe no matter where they are. And it's nothing experimental. And I'm very pro-vax. I know. What a hippie she is. I can't get to my live followed. There it is. Okay, let's see. Wait, we're gonna host Zeke. He's playing a game that I've really wanted to watch for a while. Encephalitis. Is that what it is? Encephalitis? Thank you. Yes. Encephalitis. Yes. Yep. That one. I believe humans have a vax for it as well. If you go on like hikes and stuff in woods where there's ticks and weird bugs that like to bite people. Yes. Yep. Mickey said. Yep. I knew it was out there. I got it years ago, literally, because I had to get shots to go to Thailand. And I was like, are there any other vaccinations that a 34-year-old should have that, like, I don't have a lot of medical problems, so I don't go to the doctor unless it's, like, gyno shit, like my yearly or whatever. And they just asked me about my lifestyle, and I was like, I do go hiking and I travel a lot. And I got a couple different weird vaccinations for bug bites and stuff, but it was good. It was like, because I went to Thailand, we had to worry about West Nile, like mosquito bites and stuff. Oh my God, Ashley, I love you. How are you, boo? Pfizer has a TBE. Good to know. Hi, Squeaky. Thank you. We're going to host Zeke because I have a resub in there that's 35 months, which is a really long time. But also, he's playing like a psychological horror game, and he's raising money for charity where he's already hit the goal. But I mean, we love charity. I love charity. We're all into it. However, we meaning Scott gets to, I mean, I'm obviously gonna elbow my way into this, but they're gonna shave his head and beard and create a beard to transplant onto Scott's face, and I'm gonna put someone's pubes in it.
Yo.
And also, they wrangled me into eating really spicy hot wings somehow. I don't know. Something like that's happening.
Good
He
guess.
can tell you more.
I'd imagine so, probably.
But that's it. I'll be here tomorrow morning. Take your joy if you're a night joy taker. Drink water and be good to yourself. Brush your teeth. I love you. Wash your hands. It's good to be back and I missed you. Well.